It's like super fast but super slow pace, and it's they're just constantly trying to perfect everything. But looks like we don't have time to continue harping on about that. The game has started. Vertigo, Cloud9 are going to be on that CT side, and Fnatic on the T side.
Heather Garozzo, excuse me for butchering your last name, on the keyboard today, observing this match for us. You could see Cloud9 very quietly came down towards this ramp position. Big focus on the A bomb site for Fnatic as well, excuse me. Of course, I have hiccups when it's time to commentate. S-tag holding angles. There's the bait set up, and Floppy will try to do what he can. Only good for one, though. Bomb drops for a time in the hands of Jaquinho. New man for Fnatic. And it seems it'll be retake territory for Cloud9 as they fall back with a smoke and an incendiary.
There is you can see the retake setup here though from C9. Been very smart. We talk about when do you use your nades and stuff like that. C9 had a plan all along with this round with a molly there. Should go into sandbags and one smoke. Smoke is being placed right now, and then we have 2 flashbangs. We'll see. There's no kit on C9, so they actually have to fight for this rather than just going for a ninja defuse. And now the flashes are no longer there, and I think this should be a pretty easy Fnatic round at this point. Yeah, it's still a 2v2, but again, there's no kit. As I say that though, Golden actually whiffs. It's a caster curse once more. C9 with the first pistol round of this best of 3. Nice little retake there as well. It was looking pretty dodgy there, I'd say. Just the one smoke on the bomb, no kit, and the 2 flashbangs. They didn't get traded right off the bat. So Fnatic actually is just a straight 4-on-4 duel, essentially. Fnatic ends up losing those duels. But they did get the bomb plant, though, and we've seen again and again kind of this week some different kind of ideas as to how people do these rounds. And for Fnatic, it's going to be a full buy, a lot of Galils, long distance. I like that. Seppa might be in trouble here with not having head armor.
Floppy's legs, they've been shot by the scout, and that's a nice start for Fnatic. Some damage early on. Oh, we got to be so careful here. JW could do some more damage yet with that scout. Ooh, there was a moment there. Oh, well, okay, the moment's coming back. Floppy actually peaks. Was previously weakened, of course. And that's not good for Cloud9. Over a minute to go. There is actually a fair amount of utility here, and they're actually trying to challenge walking down the ramp. Oh dear.
Yeah, not the start you wanted here from C9 on this round, but these rounds are just very difficult. Especially you can make the argument on Vertigo, where it's just a lot of long distance duels. Having a chance to even get Galils. And I would even make another argument here. This is the first time I think we've seen a T-sided team buying 3 Galils and not an FNG on one of these buys. And we do know that Fnatic, especially JW, likes to try on new things with buttons and stuff. So maybe this is something they've worked on. But that was a very, very dominant second round there. Fnatic ends up losing the pistol, but gets the bomb down. So I'm going for a buy. Scouts and Galils, and I don't think, I think C9 might have been ready for a buy, but I don't think they were ready for that.
Yeah, that's a really big problem, especially on the CT side. You're going to struggle, I think, to... I mean, Fnatic are a team that are pretty well drilled, very experienced. We actually had Golden and Jaquinho and Samuelson on yesterday. That was really fun. And we had them talking on Vertigo as actually one of the maps, and they were actually everybody watching Cloud9. So
I see. Okay.
Yeah, they've had plenty of prep.
That's what Mr. said as well. Yeah, from Mouse Sports. It's funny because I made that same argument. You know, when you're a coach and you're watching, the game set stuff at home, or like doing demo reviews, it's very different compared to how you were to cast the game. And you actually get a lot of insight just from casting because you pay a little bit more attention to like maybe not the smaller things, but more of like the full picture of checking minimap and seeing like rotates and stuff like that. I do think that it paints a really cool kind of picture as to like how teams like to play. But obviously that's why we also have these online experts, right? Thinking they know everything because they watch extra minimap only.
Yeah, internet experts.
Yeah. But you need, it's a fine balance of both, right? Just by having that, sure, you can spot some stuff, but you also have to remember that biggest thing about this game is communication. And if something looks silly, it might have been that it was an off call or something.
We've got a new stickers out. I feel like the Fnatic sticker in the recent release just looks like it would make a really nice like sponge cake or something. It looks edible to me, right? Well, that Tiger is extremely blind. That's a good Molotov to learn, lined up with the box and the stairs thrown over the girder. Zephyr and Floppy left. Org was collected for a very brief time, and now it's just Floppy to do what damage he can. Pretty strong player for Cloud9.
He's surprised me a lot, actually. I've been very impressed by Floppy so far. I think it took him a while. Obviously, like the tendencies, NA CS versus European CS, you know, there's obviously a big difference there. But I think he's really making his way into this team. I think it was a really cool pickup. Keeping the NA dreams alive. Same
Absolutely.
with Seppa.
Yeah. I wonder how marketable, like what he can do with his nickname. Maybe there's something to be done there. I think if he makes a big play on LAN, I'm going to call him Flopzilla, because I feel like Floppy is, you know, well, doesn't need further description from me. Not sure if Crims will identify that was 2 players in the mid position. Just keeping the CTs honest for now. He can throw some support grenades from the ladder room, which looks like he might be lining up to do. Maybe, maybe not. You can molly Short A from the glass position, shooting the glass first, amongst other things. So where Floppy's standing now, Crims can molly that from where he is. And bounce a pop flash for Brolan to swing. That can be done from top ladder. I don't know all the grenades on Vertigo just yet, but those are some of the ones I do. Well, this is a dry round for Cloud9.
Here's the question for you, James, since you were talking about nades and stuff like that. How do you practice nades? There's obviously a lot of tools out there and stuff like that for nade lineups and stuff. Have you...
So 3 different ways. For standing grenades, or the odd like running or walking grenade, there are these set of maps made by, I don't know if the guy's called YPRAC, but if you search YPRAC, YPRAC on the workshop, he has a map for every map in the map pool, where you can do flashes, Molotov, smokes, etc. from various positions, and it's programmed really, really well. So when you throw the grenade, the camera follows the grenade to see if it landed in the right place. But it also has things like pre-fire positions, which some people have made their own versions of, but you can make a route, for example, from, say, the bottom of a ramp up towards A, and every place you could expect like a CT to stand, it'll put a CT there with a scout, so you can practice pre-firing all these positions. So those ones are good for standing things. Mahone's videos, where it's basically like he's done a demo work for you. You can learn a lot of grenades from watching his YouTube. So to be honest, like for Vertigo, I learned most of them from him. Or if I found myself with a problem, I would try and find my own solution and make my own grenade as well.
You should check out Refrag.
Yeah, that's basically like inspired by YPRAC, I would say.
Yeah, I think so. When you were explaining it to me, it sounded like it.
Yeah. The YPRAC map's been doing that for a while, and they're pretty good.
But yeah, there's been some cool stuff added to this game as of late. I think CS:GO, in terms of stats and the open source API, what we can do with it, it's probably one of the few games that we have in the esports space that you can actually customize so much and get so much data from. This obviously helps. It's the first weapon round here between Fnatic and C9. C9 on that CT side, and it's an aggressive A ramp play here from C9. And timing-wise, Fnatic is just about to hit it. Do you see some trades going on? It's with 2 kills. Brolan gets the one on Floppy, and JW gets the kill on Seppa. So equals it up, 3 versus 3. But as I say that, Messi gets a kill on Jaquinho over at the B bomb site. Now I think we're gonna see a bit of a slow round here from here on out. A lot of utilities left on Fnatic, so when we talk about potential, where do we want to go when there's a 2-on-3, you tend to kind of go towards A. JW doesn't spot Alex there, he had walked down, and that was looks to be the first good round here, first good weapon round, rather, for C9. And I like that. That was a bit of a mid-round, not even mid-round, rather, for C9, but get in position on A ramp, you wait for Fnatic's nades there, and then you kind of just opt in and you go for the fight. and they win the brawl. But because Fnatic won that second round, they lost a pistol. But because of that, they had a lot of money, so it's not going to be an issue for this round. We do have another buy on both of the sides here.
I like that HE grenade.
They've been putting that a lot, I've noticed. I guess
Yeah.
maybe to slow some people down. Sure, that it doesn't damage too. I know that Flusha used to do that a lot as well on Inferno CT side on short to alt mid. He threw that a lot to slow them down, and also that did a lot of damage depending on timing.
Oh, we've got a proper take of ramp coming in here from Cloud9, it looks like. Very forward smoke grenade. So far, so good. Brian is dropped, and JW has a decision to make. Slipping away with the AWP. Now, this will waste some time for Fnatic, and maybe, obviously, they're in a 4 versus 5 and they've lost a lot of map control they would normally take for granted. And there's yet more aggression coming out from Cloud9, so Fnatic are going to have to worry about all these positions before they can even necessarily look to make a play. Perhaps force towards this B bomb site now. It will be a focus from JW's, rotating all the way from A. Mezzy with these bursts again. He's so clean with these bursts. Maybe part of what got him noticed in the first place. Don't see a lot of spray from him. Very efficient with his bullets. Oh, okay. Well, that's turned around. Suddenly, pushing these smokes, maybe being a little too aggressive, Cloud9. Things are tied up. Creeping around the smokes now. Normally like the A site. This time like the B. See Zephyr and S-Tag. Well, there we go. JW now. Scope, but no kill. Almost stepped away from Cloud9 there.
Yeah, they opt to fight. I mean, we kind of see that as well a little bit more here from CTs. It is easier, especially if you have a fast rotate coming in, to just extra flash and kind of fight for it. But Fnatic doing a really good job in equalizing the scoreline there, in making a 3v3 in manpower, and the S-Attack with a really good position. Rather 2v2 rather. Smoke sets I'm fading. Another solid hold from C9. It comes in the hands of an early A push. Gets them the man advantage, forces Fnatic to just execute on B. And C9's ready for it. Oh, the nade.
Ooh, chunks. Oh, here comes the advance from Fnatic. Both Cloud9 players only good for one on this occasion. The grenades to create space will be deployed. Awkward position for Alex.
Yeah, I think it's still a difficult spot to be in. There's no nades on the Fnatic side, so yeah, I was gonna say get the bomb down anyway. I mean, that's impressive enough as it is. I would make the argument here of like, they're actually a pretty good position, even though it's a 2v3 now. There's no nades left, so new kid on the block, doesn't have a photo yet even. It's Jack Kinney on the screen. Nicely
He does,
done on the fly.
he's just really black. Well, Cloud9 will survive with 3 players. And they'll take the lead.
I don't even know what I can say. It's just...
Oh, I like creative. I can do whatever I want, man. My dad's white, my mom's black. I can say whatever I want.
You're golden, man.
My eyes are kind of Asian. I'm everywhere.
I can only talk about how pale I am, you know? It's like I can do ghost jokes. That's about it.
Oh, man. Well, Fnatic still have money for a buy. I always thought that was it marble fade or whatever on that knife looked like some kind of Resident Evil disease, T-virus.
Now I gotta see it, I feel.
It's just like blue, yellow, red, but the yellow is very murky, like sewagey. Oh, okay, I just learned something today. Easy lineup with the line through the wall, separating the blocks.
Okay, I think he might kill for a headshot. Obviously, only did 35 there through the wall, but you know, if anything, it forces the player out of there.
Yeah, I have to think twice about where they choose to stand now. But again,
that should be a common wallbang in this day and age. We see a lot of more and more CT players kind of putting in that spot, and that was some mid-round aggression from C9. They know that they have A ramp control, and obviously, what does Fnatic like to do then? Well, you kind of stay and wait, or you try and take some other space.
I've never seen someone standing up here.
Oh yeah, no, it's also a bit more common now. Yeah. I think we saw that first, maybe for us.
Brand was ready for it. Oh, look at the trade frag setup as well. DW trying to avoid it. Let's see the wallbang. There must be a wallbang to be had here. Oh, there's a bomb to be had by Cloud9. 5-3. can see Vertigo A ramp aggression evolving in front of our eyes. It's not just enough for the ramp itself now, but they want the lift shaft as well. Oh, could have said that Fnatic got shafted in that round. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, I don't know. I keep on saying it, but I just keep on getting continuously impressed by Alex, the way he calls and stuff like that, and just the way he kind of conducts the rounds itself. Not sure if he's getting any help from someone else on the team speak during these mid-round calls. He does, but just look at the tendency there, right? Like they have A ramp control. Fnatic, they do some moves there, but they make the decision of just pushing 2 in mid while still keeping that control. Just very nicely done. Sure, you make the argument, obviously a lot of teams do that, but we have to remember that C9 is somewhat of a new team, and they are actually doing this against tier 1 opponents here and making it look easy.
And so it begins. Oh, that's going to be a meaty one. Oh, the damage! It's just not fair. They'll try to abuse that numbers game, and maybe the sniper being there rather than a rifle will certainly help. Can only shoot so many at once. That's a lovely flashbang from Alex. Moving sideways. Know your trajectories, people. Well, Fnatic have managed to get a 5 versus 4 close to the site. Good on paper. There is a lack of Kevlar, though, for most of these players, so they could get cut to ribbons pretty easily.
Yeah, C9's been smart here. They obviously losing Floppy, but goes defensive instead. They have a lot of nades. Obviously, HG on SSAG and Messi could be used to kind of block off the bomb plant potentially. And 2 mollies as well. So sure, you might argue here that it should maybe be a plant at least for Fnatic, but we're looking for a lot of 1-digs here if they were to actually get away with a round win. Here we go. Yep, that's the first one. You tend to see always the same. You tend to fake, but there comes the molly and the smoke's about to fade, and now you're in a really tough spot if you're Fnatic. This is really when you talk about the whole thing of the tendency. You have to land the headshots now at this point, and Alex goes down early.
20 seconds on that clock, and this may have to be by elimination for Fnatic at this point. Crossfire for Cloud9, just about. Headshot through a box, I think, and Messi will get followed up upon. S-Tag now, 10 seconds. He's got the reload, pushes close, tries to buy time with the flashbang and face along a bit brief fire. Crims eats the flash, 3 seconds to find a kill. He's got to press forward. He has to press forward, but he can't quite get there, and after time, he'll go down as well.
So smart from S-Tag there, like really just humps the wall just as much as he can, trying to stay alive. That was way too close for comfort for C9, just knowing as well how damaged Fnatic were and no armors as well, not a lot of utility. Fake plant, smoke was faded. Dangerous.
Yeah, they were like the Walking Dead after that nade, but still they got so much value from a round with nothing in it. That's really scary. What if they tried to do something similar with just guns? I think obviously there's, Floppy was lost early, and at the same time, C9 they were trying to play the nade advantage. They didn't have that sense of urgency that they would have to really make any moves. So maybe that's part of it as well, just having more space for the deagles. But at the same time, it is pretty scary, and they lost a lot of money there. So quite a destabilizing round. Something that Fnatic will certainly, they'll sense that weakness, and I'm sure they're going to try to capitalize on it. But yeah, this was very, very difficult.
This is what a lot of teams like to do endgame. It really comes into if you actually get a chance to get there. And we've noted that C9 has been fighting for that A ramp a lot. This is really one of the first few rounds that has given Fnatic that map control. It might come in the hands, like you said, Dan, losing Floppy early. But should definitely be something for Fnatic to note there of, if we can get a chance to get up to the A-bomb site. Maybe that's our winning condition. It's been a very dominant showing here from C9 so far on this CT side after the initial few rounds from Fnatic. But it is a change of pace here. No, we do note that C9, they don't push down early here. Bit of an information play instead. And then leaving Messi in an aggressive spot now instead. But it's very quiet on the map, and Brollan's going to take Floppy's head off. And this is what I was talking about in terms of the tendencies for Fnatic and what we'd like to see. And it's a minute left now on the clock. And A ramp has been taken, but it's still a 3v3 situation now. The one guy that I'm just sitting here waiting for is Messi. If Fnatic ends up going A ramp here, obviously, I'm expecting Messi to be a very fast flank. As we know, Jaquini is also here holding. Yeah, it's going to be depending on timing. But as we know as well, C9 will give up this A bomb site depending on where Fnatic goes. If they go scaffolding here, they won't give it up for free. Alex has a great position. Gets the first kill on Crims. Had they just gone A ramp there, obviously they would have just left Alex by his lonesome. Might have gone bomb down, but obviously would have still had to find a solution into getting him down eventually.
Oh, traffic jam trying to get the bomb planted. 2 footballs punctured. No more ball games on the A-bomb site. 7-3 for Cloud9. Zephyr on 10 kills, but S-Tag 15 for 3, having a pretty good day thus far. But the day is young for these 2 teams. See Alex very focused.
It's funny when you say that, James, because if you look at it, obviously Floppy is one of the A guys that's holding it, and obviously he's the one that's been fighting a lot, and he's the one that's been going down. But you can really tell, the struggles that Fnatic's been having, because sure, they get the control of the initial 1-2 kills, but that's when you have, currently the main tank on the team, Tag, right, of being that rotate over to the A bomb side, and just really been making it difficult for Fnatic to get rounds here on the board.
Yeah, and I'm going to be looking forward to seeing what Fnatic's approach will be now. I mean, I feel like Cloud9 has been doing a pretty good job mixing it up on their CT side. Ultimately, like, only 3 rounds to Fnatic at this point, starting to get a little bit scary. Obviously, don't have really a buy to work with at this point, so we'll do what they can. This kind of hero AK in the hands of Yakinio. I'm curious if we call him Yakinio or Jakinio, because that's the way the Swedes say no.
It sounds like a Brazilian footballer name, like Janinho.
Well, he wanted to be a pro footballer before.
Okay, I'd go with a J then, like a Jaquinho.
Jaquinho, all right.
Yeah. We'll have to ask him.
A chance to ask him. Yeah, I was gonna say we can get a chance to ask him. We'll be doing that with some other players. It's always nice to ask how they would like their names to be pronounced. Maybe some people don't even think about that, right? Especially maybe they go with a name that sounds cool in their own language. We used to have a guy that was called MAJK. Oh, as I say that though, we'll hold on that for now. Jaquini was a really nice entry on Alex there on the B bomb side. He has 2 HP left, 1 HP now. But the B bomb side has been taken. Only leaving Floppy here though. We noted that he's been having a lot of fights so far. That's a nice little lineup. We should note as well. I mentioned that he only had 3 kills, but as a note, as I mentioned, he's been fighting a lot. He has 8 assists. This is really one of the rounds though. He gets the 3 kill, holds down the bomb site. Nicely done. We have a tech issue on our hands.
So MAJK.
MAJK, yeah. So you would argue, right, in English it would just be magic, but obviously for him in Swedish, because of the hidden J, it's Mike.
Mike, yeah, I could see Mike.
Yeah,
like, I think. Well, I suppose I'm fortunate enough to have enough experience where I could read a Mike there. I would. Yeah, if it was Swedish, I'd probably go with a Mike.
Yeah, maybe we're there. I don't think that we actually thought about that initially, because yeah, we were a little bit caught off guard when people started calling him Magic, and we're like, well, is this some magic going on here?
Yeah.
After that time,
but it's weird how things transition. Like taco and the taco memes and so on. It's like it's a positive thing for him, even though that wasn't at all. He's not from Mexico, but still, whatever. Some things you embrace, right? Like Ziwu, Zaiwu.
Sipix. Sipix,
yeah.
Never.
Sipix, Sipnix.
Yeah. Many nicknames.
Yeah. The minister, the clutch minister.
This is still a good spot to be in for Fnatic. I was going to say, we want to be mindful of the expo flash here. Yeah, and JW does get the 1-to-1. Brolin is there to help him out. But in terms of initial layout there for the A-bomb side position for a potential execute, that was a great start for Fnatic. Man down, but as we said, it's always hard to kind of get this A-ramp control. And even 4v5, you could argue that if you have a good set of nades to at least hit the bomb site, maybe get the 1 scrappy kill, makes a 4v4, but bomb down, still very much winnable. But we see the Fnatic shenanigans here. They fight in A, but obviously ends up falling back. And Messi gets a kill, and that's on A, and they know that. That's why we see them kind of just run over towards his B-bomb side instead. Messi has been the one that's been very aggressive here, so Golden gets the kill on Tag as well. 3v2 now. And a round that is looking poised for Fnatic.
There's a kit on Alex at least. But how can he pick the right timing here? Golden takes a glorious angle. Alex saw none of that. And that leaves Mezzi with his hands tied behind his back almost. Starting to back away now, hold on to his rifle. Fnatic getting a fourth round on the board. Money's not perfect for Cloud9. There's opportunity for both teams here. In fairness, money's not great for Fnatic either, so losing more players here wouldn't be ideal. Mezzi will try to make that happen if he can.
Look how smart JW is here, right? Like he obviously, they don't know, and he just walks towards the wall there. If he goes a little bit more back, he could be killed from mid, and this is where we saw Messi come from. But Messi saving this weapon here is, yeah, this is the sequence we see. Obviously, JW is completely flashed. It's a nice flash from Alex. But the trade game was there. Messi, by saving the weapon, affords him to drop a weapon for... I was going to say for Floppy. Couldn't actually afford it. Opted for nades instead. Maybe Floppy felt comfortable just going with the Deagle. And that's 2 rounds in a row that Messi has had success here on this B bomb side. And we saw the tendency for Fnatic actually changing their pace. They've been opting a little bit more of trying to go for some A aggression early. Left B alone a lot, but 2 back-to-back rounds here now. They've tried to go for B early, and Messi's been there to shoot them in the head.
He popped into one of my Twitch streams a little while back. But I hadn't seen him play. I didn't hype him. I hadn't seen him play too much yet. I think
I see.
Continues to deliver on the B bomb site with these nasty bursts. I'm really impressed by just how disciplined he is with these bursts. So speaking of young talent, Roland's opening things up on the other side of the map. JW here is ready for the quick scope if necessary, but Jaquinho says it isn't. Trying to rotate that bomb now. S-Tag's in the middle of nowhere. Unexpected. Coming from the depths. Oh, look at that flick onto Jaquinho. Straight onto his jaw.
S-Tag is so smart. Look at that. He reads the game. Obviously, he knows that Brolin has been up towards that A-bomb site. Picks his battle so smartly here. Gets 3 one-on-one duels. Makes this possible. Now, obviously, he's lost a bit of track, but... Oh, yeah, I was going to say... Here is he expecting the flank all the way from T-spawn? The timing is unbelievable from S-Tag. Makes that read completely. Doesn't even look there at all until that moment. What a nice read from S-Tag. What a nice round there as well. That's from the hands of the work here initially from Messi. 2 kills to his name on the B-bomb site.
Seeing some really strong skill on the table from both squads, and especially from all the young talent, which is fantastic. Counter-Strike's not an easy game to play. It's very demanding indeed. A lot of footsteps heard on A ramp now. See Fnatic collecting themselves towards A. That's a great spray from Zeppa, followed up upon by Floppy. Currently by the sandbag, the flash for him, and there's more damage to be done. Cloud9 find comfort around the A-bomb site for now. Still see Fnatic moving around, posturing by 8. 500 HP Cloud9 so far. Oh, Floppy feet ahead of the flashbang. You never know when that's going to happen. Sometimes a few people eat it and it's swing and a miss. Down he goes, but there are plenty of personnel here for Cloud9. But for how long? The trades will continue. Crimson on 1 versus 2 going for the spray, but S-Tag, of course, to clean things up. So much, like just waves of talent coming into the A-bomb site from Cloud9, and they make it to 10 rounds.
And again, another really nice round here from C9. I think we're going to see the sequence potentially. Oh, well, actually, it's right before that, but Floppy is just very active. We talk about him on this A-bomb site of just having a lot of fights, and he's getting more and more activated. And it's another mid-round aggression from C9. Nice flashbang there onto the scaffolding area. Expecting or knowing that Fnatic is taking control of that area. Want to fight for it back. Don't want to go with these retake shenanigans that we see a lot more teams do. Rather fight for it before the bomb goes down.
That's such a strong peak with the AWP, that right eye peak. So good. Alex has been abusing that a lot. They've given up the B side, but they're playing the retake game anyway. It's a 4 versus 4. Jaquinho trying to go forward here. Everyone's getting the chaotic. Able to trade out though. And that's a pretty decent result, all things considered. However, Crims on that lurk, if Golden can buy some time and distract for him, I don't know that they understand he's here indeed. Alex will get caught off guard by him. There's the backstab that comes through. Now Floppy, it's all to do for him with the FAMAS, but he has been pretty good. His mechanics are kind of nuts, and he's going to need all of that right now, but the smoke is going to obscure vision for him, and that's a 5. Well, measly 5 rounds for Fnatic at the end of the first half. They'll have to do much better going into the second half, and we'll find out if they can do it after the break.
Did we just...
Well, apparently cats are in production. But somehow we've managed to get ourselves back into the server. Cloud9 with 10 rounds on the board. Have got a lot of junk to throw at Fnatic, who have the smoke and a defuse kit onto Golden. So they may be a bit less concerned on the A play. Brolan going for a Garden Straw, but he's been denied by Alex.
It's okay, guys. I just asked for more memes from the production. That was great.
Cool.
Yeah, it was funny. Second pitch round here now. Crimson's nice kill onto as a tag. He has been the tank for C9 so far this map. 21 kills first half to him. That's very impressive.
Who has bluer eyes out of you and your cats, Robin?
All 3 of us.
Just equal top 1.
Yeah,
They're pretty blue.
Yeah, they're really blue if the light shines on them. Sometimes they're a bit gray, but I say the same thing about my eyes, and I don't know if that's true or not.
Here we go. We got Cloud9 throwing the smoke in, wrapping their way through to the site. Will be difficult, but there is a kit. Golden's got smoke sword. Crims is really close. Oh, he's looking to cause some problems here. Just tapping away. Somehow gets out of there with not taking any damage. And so do Cloud9. It's just falling back, kind of weird. No one really ready to collapse on Crimson's position. But with the smoke, they'll go for it. They've got more cover to work with. Golden there from spawn, able to pick off 1, making life a little bit easier here for Crimson. Jacquinho. And just taking their time. They still have plenty of time there. They got the kits as well. Never mind.
I really like that pistol from C9. Normally, you tend to see the T's when they do get the kill onto the bomb side, especially early. They tend to just go for it. But Cloud9 paces themselves. They get some kills and just get that map control, and then they hold. Obviously, again, having a meaning in that, we saw that they had nade setups for that as well. Molly and smoke. So timing was definitely in their favor. Another nice round from C9. A lot of smokes here for Fnatic. Full buy Deagle's armors. They have something in store for us. If it was just a default buy here, trying to get some nice little 1 Deags.
Well, Roland at least got some information, which may invite a rotation from Fnatic. I've seen a lot of Deagle kills of late, especially yesterday. Ooh, I do love a hypnotic. I was recommended hypnosis. Self-hypnosis for sleeping by the doctor in the last week. Well, he just got shot in the head 3 times by Floppy.
Self-hypnosis?
Yeah, apparently.
What, do you just like snap your fingers and you say, now you sleep, James?
I don't know. I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm not convinced. Like, I think I'm not convinced that hypnotism would work on or for me, but I'm interested to look at it and see what it's supposed to be. And who knows, I might surprise myself and never be asleep for a week.
Gnosis, some voodoo shenanigans, whatever works.
Oh, okay, Jack.
1 more kill would be super nice here for Golden. When he burst onto the scene, I think we noted his pistol aim. His general aim, of course, but definitely someone that had a great pistol. And it'd be very nice if he could just peel off 1 more player here with the help of Crims. It's hard to imagine much more. They don't have a kit or utility to work off of, so that might be best case right now. Creeping forward, trying to at least commit some of these players to fight. Floppy will take the fight against Golden. Running into bullets there, so unfortunate. But, I mean, they did get a couple of kills, so decent enough. However, Fnatic are trailing behind pretty enormously here, so it's starting to look pretty grim. And I did not expect to see Cloud9 looking so confident, but their team is like brimming with that young kind of energy, that young confidence.
Yeah, and just the calling itself kind of as an add-on to that too. I think it's been very impressive so far, and as we talked about, we haven't seen Fnatic play Vertigo so far this event, and this is their map pick. And from losing that force buy for early, it's gonna put them on potentially a 13-5 deficit. Big comeback is needed, but they are actually walking. Alex and Floppies could be potentially walking into a mid stack here. They actually leave Alex here buying Lonesome, but timing-wise, I was going to say normally Alex tends to wait a little bit, so in case he does end up going down, there should be a really good read at least here from C9. Make their move on elsewhere, but positioning, they're not quite there yet, so obviously Fnatic has a really fast rotate over to that A-bomb site. Spots the first, no one else though. Yeah, super smart.
I really wonder who the first commentator will be to say hit the road, Jack, when like Jaquinho gets killed. I reckon
it's you.
You think it's me?
I feel like it's you or Dan. I feel like it's something that you guys would say. Maybe it's a Harry thing too, actually.
I think it's a Harry. I think he's definitely a suspect for this one.
I agree.
I can just hear it in his voice, the way he would deliver it. It would be excruciatingly painful in the best way. 35 seconds left for Cloud9 to plant the bomb at least. You can see Brolent hiding in the smoke now. But will it be the USP or will it be the sword, the saber, if you will? Well, he's just chilling. He's just chilling face down. So, what is the plan here? Hiding in plain sight, indeed. The sword is out. Oh! Spinning around, but won't get the full cutting the note, just the one swipe, the no kill. 13-5 for Cloud9. I respect the attempt, trying to get value out of it. Seems that Zeppa was tickled by that.
And look at the buy here from C9, right? So it's literally just a bonus buy. 3 Galils, 2 Mac 10s. What a position to be in here if you're Cloud9 so far on not even your map pick. Yeah, no upgrades being made, obviously. No point. Talk a lot about the potential bonus rounds, and I really like this play here from C9. Normally we end to have a lot of A-play aggressions in the beginning. This we saw. I think actually C9 did something similar yesterday. They went for a fast mid-take for the first weapon round. And it's completely empty here, so they're going to make the right call here again. It's a little bit slower. We see the reply here from Fnatic. Normally you tend to push down in B-ramp, but it's not going to happen. They're going to have to fight for this control instead. And Cloud9 have bomb control. Bomb site control, rather. 3v3 now, bomb goes down.
Yeah, not too shabby. So that smoke, for example, I made one of those from the bottom of B stairs. And that lands here. Takes quite a while, though.
There's one that goes faster.
Yeah. I like it's rewarding to like make the effort to create something, you know. Well, still a round needs to be created for one of these squads. There's no kit in the hands of Fnatic. I can't see a 10-second defuse coming anytime soon. They've touched the bomb, but they're looking to fall back.
I love that. We saw the player cam. I was watching Seppa there. He actually makes the call to Floppy. Go, 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 go. Like, peek. We're both there in the same spot. Obviously, time's running out and Floppy's about to die. So you just go and kill yourself and I get the trade. Small things. Dominant round again from C9. I love that call. Like I said, normally in Europe as well, we do see like a lot of tendency of, you know, even the first weapon round, if depending on the buy, a regular A default or a fast take towards A, you just take map control because it is such a important side of the map. But hitting these A or mid timings is just so key, especially if the CTs are not prepared for it.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, especially because there's just so much conditioning around this A ramp position. There's going to be stuff on the map that's weaker, so mid is often the case in this map. We actually saw on the CT side, Cloud9, you know, they have good questions around it. They kind of understand timings pretty well here. But nice opening from Mezzy. He is one with the burst, and looks like everybody will be making their way in straight afterward. So JW here with a Deagle, Crimson Golden, not too much better in terms of firepower. Oh, it's a rough one. Fnatic are just kind of committed into so many weird positions. And Cloud9 seem to be winning the positional game and timing game pretty effectively, and in most of these rounds. And you know, when it comes to stuff like that, you do often just that's going to be a credit to the caller for sure.
Absolutely,
Making the right move at the right
absolutely.
times.
And I even make the argument here. You know, we talk even about another game leader, Alexi B. You know, when he first joined OG in that lineup, compared to the work that has been put into him as well. I think that both of these two callers have a very unique kind of calling style. I'm just very impressed by Alex, how much work he's gone down for this team in such a short time. We had Alex, I think, on the desk here day 2, and we talked to him about a little bit about the map process and stuff like that. Even game 2, we saw them play 5 maps already with a brand new team, and it's very impressive. And they kind of continue that trend, which is why, you know, I noted here them playing 4 best-of-3s officially this week has been really working out for them. There's a lot of practice to be gained here as well, especially if you have experienced players. All you need is a few games to at least get a little bit more polished on it. This is a little fast A take here from C9. Cruz ends up trading Sapado, but it's a 4-on-4, make it a 4-on-3 situation. How nice flick on Alex. That looked a little bit weird. I wonder if Brawler was flashed or if it was a bit of a off timing.
Chiquinho needs help. Help is running out of people want the call of the radio. Golden with a multi-frag though. Got Crims here as well. 2 versus 2 as Cloud9 continue to pursue, and harass these Fnatic players. And Incendio will buy some time, but not some frags. Mezzi's reload will distract him. Estak has all the information now, but not the kill. Mezzi's only got 7 HP. He needs a headshot. Crims does not. And there it is. Fnatic still alive for now, but it's cost them almost everything. And Cloud9 have a lot of money in the hole.
Such a close round there as well. As a tag, obviously spots Crims when he's trying to spray, and hears him as well falling back and reloading at the same time. Doesn't get the spray down. It's a nice 1 versus 2 from Crims. Something needed to be done there. Obviously, we see them going down early from an A fight, and then we see the B execute as well. Again, just a nice little round call here from Alex.
Do we see Fnatic having any chance of having a good go of this comeback, even?
I think it's. I mean, I think it's a possibility. I think that the problem that they will have is that, you know, the not being used to playing a team like Cloud9 because they are new, so the tendencies and stuff might not be there. You might see some random plays you're quite not used to. So, asking for 9 rounds on this CT side is a lot to ask for. But we'll see. It starts with this one. And look at, just compare, obviously, comes into with the fact that Fnatic can't really afford themselves even one mistake, but they give essentially a round for free here. We talk about mid-round aggression then versus retake scenarios. JW getting their first one there, and they are actively at least crawling their way onto the bomb side. But just as I say that, Floppy and that get 2 kills. We should be seeing a bomb plant coming in. I was going to say in just a moment, but JW doing his usual JW shenanigans. Gets the bomb planter and falls back.
No grenades left for Cloud9. No wall with which to plant the bomb. Perhaps there's something rolling around the site, but they might have to concentrate on frags for now. S-Tag is position will give him more rewards, and it gets even worse for Fnatic now. Chiquinho 1 versus 3 with the MP9. No kit. Probably won't have good range for his first engagements. Alex standing on the site, so maybe he will. I'm sure Cloud9 will design a trade frag setup. Not required. Straight headshot from Alex. Leaders, you mean to go on and all that shit. I completely forgot what the bloody phrase is. Anyway, a very strong map from Cloud9. I actually put my channel points in the chat on Cloud9. I quietly did it. So if they lost, I couldn't say anything. Yeah, just a sneaky one. I was like, do you know what? But again, it's hard with them because, again, we haven't seen so much of them play just yet. But we have seen, again, and like I said at the beginning of the match, like in terms of knowing what to bring to their opponent, they certainly... Let me see if I get money back. Maybe it's a scam.
Maybe you get a t-shirt if you win.
Oh no, the Julies.
What it's come down to.
Ooh,
Oh,
God.
Julies are great. Julies with a flashbang are good.
Most minus EV play in Counter-Strike.
Just got to be a little patient with the trigger finger. There we go. There's the flashbang. That's what I'm talking about. 2 headshots, and he's got information as well. Just need a flashbang and a swing with the Julies, and magical things can happen. Flying unicorns, flying pigs, flying T's. Will they expect golden? Well, actually, of course they will. They know that a flashbang came from somewhere. He sees a knee by the coffins and falls back to hold map control as his team rotates up banana.
I think that's the most kills I've seen with the Julie in a long time. Very nice.
It could have been 3. Had he waited 1 more second, it could have been a third, but this is not looking like a pretty pistol round here. We'll see. Messi's going to have to land. Obviously, we do see the bait. Messi trying to bait for Alex, hoping that Fnatic might not clear it. But he does waste a lot of time here, but now I think it's going to be very difficult here for Alex to get away with a round win here. It's not going to happen. Fnatic with the first pistol round on Inferno, second map of the series.
The bomb down there is so nice because just keeping the pressure on your opponent becomes not just a possibility because you can always force fight, but just it becomes this. You can run real strats with that force buy. With the force buy off of the bomb plant. So you really get to kind of mess with the CTs here. I mean, we've talked about it many times. I think when we had our guests on, I forget who we had on Inferno, but just like this idea that this is one of the scariest rounds from the CT side because Cloud9 can tailor make a round for the kind of equipment that they have and really make it look very strong. And they're going really fast right now towards alt mids to apps and top mid. And there we go, just charging through the mollies. And unfortunately, for Cloud9 at least, Fnatic are on point here. They look like they anticipated something like this. I think the boost on quad was really, really awesome to help deal with this. Yeah,
that was the best case. There was a nice setup here from Fnatic in mid. And obviously going for timing for C9, tries to smoke off the molly in the mid. You see the utility that Fnatic ended up buying for this round, expecting obviously a C9 buy with the path.
Oh boy.
Wow, damage is being done here though. Just gets 2 kills though, and from a round that was a full buy with the bomb plant, you're not very happy with this round if you're C9. Worst case is that you get 3. You only get away with 2 here now, and it's just gonna be the 1 eco here now though for C9, but nonetheless, stable round from Fnatic.
That double kill on short was not what you see every day. 5 HE grenades for Cloud9 along with a flashbang. What is the play here? Well, make it 4 HE grenades. 3 and a 4th in a different direction. There'll be an exchange from Fnatic as well. Moving speed of the scout is so satisfying when a round such as this. Floppy with the P250 though will satisfy Cloud9's need to open up a bomb site. They have an MP9 collected. Mezzi may be looking for a second weapon. Got to be careful. We'll hold on to the smoke grenade. Maybe looking for a deeper CT smoke. Indeed, that is perfect. Racing livery, dual Berettas. Very clean. What is the play from Mr. Broland? Waiting for his teammates to run distraction for him. Who sees whom first? Straight onto Floppy with the Julies jumping around the corners, and suddenly it's just Mezzi. The bomb's pretty far tick though. Trying to go for those headshots, but the Julies, of course, that Dan doesn't believe in, get a third kill in a row and save the round for Fnatic.
Yeah, let's not be outcome oriented, yeah. Okay, I've seen them fail so many times.
That was looking pretty scary for Fnatic though. I mean, I think they're really smart here and waiting for the smokes to fade. We know as well that the retake setup is actually really good coming too from Banana. C9 knew that there was at least 1 banana, but throwing the smoke deep in CT spawn kind of is a tell that they expected more. It was looking a little bit dicey. It's still a round win from Fnatic, but it's a bonus round here for C9 getting the bomb down. So it's obviously not a bonus round here for last round, I mean. It's a full-on buy here for both of these teams. Very strong buy for both.
Yeah, it's looking pretty nice here for Mezzi. Actually gets his way top mid, obviously as part of the low in this defense. Ooh. It's kind of, I mean, Fnatic have a lot of info. They had Crimson Apartments. Mezzi takes him down. That's huge. that gives an opportunity here for Cloud9 to easily just, I mean, you can see it. They just charge straight back to the A side. They know that Fnatic will have to make a desperate and quick rotation. They don't get the best positions because they had such little time to adjust to this. And Brolin can't even turn around. He can't even set up on the site. This is always actually going to go. He's going to try to kill the Panther, wasn't he? S-Tag, though, with the cover. Able to help him out, deal with that one. Golden now. I mean, does he want to go for damage? They don't really have an enormous amount of money. So at this point, saving is probably quite wise. He's got an sort of aggressive exit set up here. He's going to just move back. And Fnatic are going to lose their first round. And this is great in terms of a competitive game for us. Fnatic not getting too much of a grip of the momentum. And Cloud9 finding some success fairly early. That definitely has the makings for an interesting matchup here on Inferno, which is what we were looking for, of course. But it's going to be scary for Fnatic too, because I bet that Fnatic were not expecting to run into some of the firepower and the sheer resistance that they did on the first map. So I wonder how they feel about this one, because I feel like Cloud9 does have that kind of that big dick energy right now.
Yeah, and we talk about matching playstyles and stuff like that. Just as you're talking about that, I think it's going to be interesting to see here if Fnatic actually gets off to a good start here on the CT side. I think that Alex's style of calling is just very difficult to get a grasp for, especially with a new team like this. Not really knowing expectations or rotations or even firepower, as you noted. And it's a half.
Ooh, thought he had that one.
Rather, but yeah, we do see some bias here as well from Fnatic, knowing as well that Golden State is M4. And this is really something that I think we see Fnatic do a lot, even when they only have the 2 members, is that they do at least show themselves a good amount on this banana area. Obviously likes to fall back after that. But compared to other teams, they don't just give it up for free.
Oh, the focus hit towards A from Cloud9. Shadows will give slight warning for Crims. Off angle for Brian on the side, but Zeppa with some serious airtime there.
And C9 just a wonderful. Yeah, I was going to say, you pointed out Zeppa's jump there, but you see how nicely C9 just takes that bomb side. Yeah, he gets shot at, but there's so many people there on the bomb side to help Zeppa out there. Otherwise, he would have gone down. Kind of use yourself as the little meat shield. Information play as well.
Just learned how to smoke long from under the balcony. Thank you, Cloud9.
Learned so much this week, James.
I can learn that. I can do that from 5 different places now.
Well, I mean, you still have to replicate it. You still have to go on their server, find. You at least know the area where he threw it in.
I can see the rough mark on the wall, but yeah, it must be practiced, absolutely.
Don't want to come into an official game thinking you know it, and then there's a small little gap one way.
Dude, I don't know if you remember the Play It Cool event where I was playing with like Shocks Get Right, Makalele, and co. But I had been awake for 24 hours and flown to Stockholm that morning. And I tried to throw a grenade on the A site of overpass, and it just landed on top of the toilets or something. It was just so ridiculous. I had no idea what was going on. I was so wrecked. I was playing on a laptop in 1080p and streaming, which of course lagged it as well. So yeah,
Not what
I
you
got
want to see.
unlimited excuses for that event. Amazing there's no sequel though. Yeah.
Overnight flight or something, relay flight.
Yeah. Lost my favorite sweater, all sorts.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, we've got Cloud9, that top and under control. Fnatic are extremely defensive. This is actually something I was going to talk about earlier, but maybe I'll find time later on. And they're just going to burst in, Cloud9 straight into that B site. And this is not good right now for Fnatic because they're allowing Cloud9 to just fully execute here, doing it as they've probably done it, hundreds of times, drilling it as a team, and they get everything they want. It's 5 versus 4, although construction is still, well, it's partially held on to. I mean, we do have Brolin fairly close, but they should really save at this point. No way to retake this. No kid as well, and money's gone. So it's looking pretty rough for Fnatic. And one point I was going to make actually was that I think this is interesting because Robin, you're talking about like Fnatic, always being good on Inferno and their history as a team, obviously at the top level in Inferno. I mean, there's so many iconic moments and historic matches that go back, 5-6 years. And I think the Swedish scene in general, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Robin, again, is that they would really play this passive style. They're the best at playing like the passive defensive style, where you have to kind of make really good game reads because you're not getting information as much. And it really was very effective, especially against lesser experienced teams, because they wouldn't know how to get that pick or that advantage. They would be forced to execute into a team that's very good at defending them. And that was like the old way. I felt like NIP did it. Like a lot of the Swedish teams are really good at that. And I feel like getting the younger blood into these Swedish rosters has really shaken that up a lot and created more diversity in the strategic approach to this map.
Yeah, and I think you're right as well. I think that people also start figuring out like ways to kind of handle defensive setups. I'll talk more about that. We do have a brawl here on Banana. But it's going to be... They're going to pace themselves off. A lot of utility being thrown here, though, and we see that there's a lot of C9 members wanting to take this map control early. At Fnatic, normally we talk about different ideas for what we kind of see here on the CT side, and normally as we kind of play, I was just about to mention that normally we see mid-round aggression, and we tend to see a rotate coming in from A with a flashbang over and fights for it. There's multiple ways in which the Banana area can be taken. Early round, mid-round, even late round for information. Golden goes down again through the smoke. Happened last round as well, when the bomb was going down. And this is just Cloud9 doing a really good job in putting up a lot of pressure on Fnatic, and Fnatic not really feeling the courage to really push anywhere, and puts them in this position again. It's a full-blown execute from C9 here now. Jacquinho actually does end up getting the first kill here now, so they do make this a little bit better in terms of hold.
You can see that pull position is a real problem, but Fnatic are able to hold for the time being and really slow things down. JW on Banana, it's going to be needed soon. S-Tag looking for a rotation. JW is closer to the point of contention, misses the flick, but still alive for now. Flashbang, go for the quick scope or the no scope, either one, doesn't work. Another bomb can make its way towards the A bomb site, but it's going to be tight. 10 seconds, I don't think he's got it, to be honest.
Yeah, there's no way, is there?
He's not going to make it.
Oh, 3.5 seconds.
Out of time.
Just 1 second too slow.
Oh, wait, hold on a second.
What?
Okay, this is a bit ugly on us here, I think.
It's a custom overlay, so we never quite know what the time is. You've got to... There's somebody like half a second behind or something, so he's got more seconds than we do. He's inverted.
That must be the exact amount of time to plant the bomb was what he had. That had to be it. Because the clock was like, yeah, at least a second behind, I felt like.
Yeah, our clock was too late, but his clock was something else entirely.
What's that bomb? It's like floating in the air. Oh my god, Cloud9 is going to annihilate him.
That was really close, though. Oh, man.
Yeah, so normally it basically needs to have a 4 on the clock to be able to plant the bomb.
That was
3.5 seconds.
I feel like it looked like 2.
Yeah, it's because it's a custom HUD. There's a delay. So like on our ones, we have to program a compensation for it to sync up properly. So by default, it'll be a little behind the true clock in Counter-Strike because you have a delay with the information and displaying it on the HUD. Essentially.
Think about that ourselves then. Again, same start here from Fnatic with 3 guys towards B. They don't tend to stay very long, though. It's literally just to throw nades early, so you kind of leave a little bit more utility on the B bomb site. That's a nice nade from Krims. Look at that damage. Over 100 damage being done from that one nade alone. They pace themselves. It's a nice read from Fnatic, though. Hasn't been a lot of movement on the Banana area this round so far, so they feel comfortable leaving Jacquinho there by his lonesome. We'll see in terms of timing, though, what Cloud9 chooses to do. Normally, with the re-smoke here, you can make the argument that they want to take Banana control instead first. They creep their way up here. Jacquinho gets the first one, though. See the new kid in action. He actually comes in through the wall. That's not what you want to see. Maybe a bit of, I was going to say inexperience, but obviously when we talk about knowing the map, I think it's a little bit unlucky there at the same time.
Ball stuck. Well,
Crips gets 2 there, and bombs down in mid.
yeah, S-Tag wasn't expecting Ginobili to get popped in with the spray in CT, which leaves Mezzi alone now. He has so many people to frag, and the bomb's down in the middle of mid. I can't see him getting the bomb and getting back to a site in time, so time pressure might be a little too much on this occasion. Indeed, has a W everywhere with no shift key to be seen, and it's an easy frag for Brolan. 3 AKs brought into round number 9 for Fnatic.
Yeah, we don't see the sequence here. Crimps gets 2 in mid as C9. Oh, we actually see it here on replay, just as I say it. Nicely done. And that's just C9 just really wanted to just clear mid a little bit. They know that they have banana control, potentially get a fast rotate kill. Bomb was down though, down in mid. So by Crimps getting the 2 kills, it really just sets them up for that round win. There's no way C9 has time to run back and get the bomb and keeps everyone alive. Fast banana take here. 1 flashbang over only. But we see the nade set up here from C9. It's going to be a super fast B execute.
Yeah, again, we've seen some teams throw mollies towards that ball area to stop the teams from taking its headshot positions. On this occasion, Fnatic is still managing to hold on to everything. There's a molly from CT into that exact position. Comes late, but still absolutely fine for them. Fnatic have everybody survive. Almost no damage done by Cloud9.
That's a great hold from Fnatic. Even setups there, you know, Jacquinho is in CT spawn, so obviously he gets the 2 kills, but Golden here does a fantastic job. We see him place the smoke by himself on the left side. We kind of knew that that was the run pattern that we saw C9 in when they executed the B-bomb site before. Also then used his smoke in pool area, forces C9 to really go where he was peeking. Obviously, again, we talk about the angles and ensuring that maybe you only have to peek to one area. Very nicely done by Golden there. Maybe 1 flash from C9 would have taken him out of it, but really what you like to see. And this is what I was talking about C9. It's very difficult to play against, right? You know, they end up throwing in a round like this. After sure, they've been taking some banana compressors early and stuff like that, but they've also showed themselves in mid. Really the first time here that we've seen them just take banana control, and then within the past few seconds, let's do a full-blown execute and try and catch Fnatic off guard. Setup though was a good one for Fnatic that time around, so they were in good positions to hold it off. Still a lot of money on the board on C9. We'll see if Floppy, or maybe it's a UI bug, but he doesn't have anything. I guess it was a half buy. They had a lot of money. This is a very smart call here from Alex. This really guarantees them 2 back-to-back rounds that they want. And obviously, again, here there should be some damage being made. You could have made the argument here. Other teams would have just flat out bought here based on the money that they have, but
yeah, I like it. They kind of did this before as well. Oh, it's a nice trade from Mezzi. He is so good at the burst. And that
he's very crispy.
There, the quick smoke. Alex straight through with Zappa as well. They are just full rushing the side at the moment. It's actually working out, getting the entries they need, and really catching Fnatic, it seems, not in the timing that they were really feeling. And the bomb goes down. A 4 versus 3 here for Cloud9. They have some good post-plant positioning. They've got apps, they've got pit, they've got sight. So that they're in pretty good shape here, all things considered, given that this was a half buy. And Fnatic, they don't have a lot of money built up just yet. So this would be devastating to lose a round like this and lose all of their players. But they're going to go for it. Crims will take down his tank. That's Apartment's taken controller. Alex, though, able to catch Jacquinho on the side and finish off Golden as well. So they're going to hold that with the 4 versus 3. And that is, I mean, you were saying, Robin, some teams would have 4-bought. I mean, they won the round with a half buy. That's pretty epic.
Yeah,
they had a massive bait spot post plant on the site as well. Alex was hiding in the corner, and Zeppa had like 2 HP and was standing in front of him, which allowed that to be completely free for Alex afterwards.
Yeah, I was going to point that out as well. The setups there was great, and we see Alex talk about that to Zeppa there as well when on the bomb site. And yeah, I mean, that was again a very nice round. We saw the round previously, Cloud9 trying to go for a fast banana take. This time around, we go for a fast A take instead with a. It's a really good buy, but it was a half buy at that. Very important buy or round now for Fnatic. They are broke. And it's an apartment setup here, very unique. Typical Fnatic fashion to try some shenanigans.
You love to see it. I feel like this is just general shenanigans in the apartment is a Fnatic signature. And I think generally, even with the roster changes here or there, they've always kept their identity. And I think that for that reason, one of my favorite teams of all time to watch because of the style. The style's always been strong.
Even when Golden was brought in, you know, I was worried that they would lose some of their touch as well, but they've really much kept it.
Yes, he fit like a glove.
Yeah. And it's very, because, you know, this kind of playstyle is not very typical Sweden. That's why it's so fun to see, and especially when you have a new in-game leader coming in as well, they kept the identity. You can count on that a lot of, with Crimson JW obviously being the core too that's still here. But I'm talking, and Cloud9 is executing 4-on-2 though, trying to get Messi down in pit. It's a bit of a fake, walking into the B bomb side here. Alex and Esatag left. He does go into pool here, Esatag, so never say never. Alex does have the smoke for spawn also, and a nice flashbang, and absolutely that's going to open up the map. You would argue here for Jackinho being a 4-on-2, you want to play more defensive. Ooh. Don't give them an opportunity to win the round. Golden, fantastic job there on Esatag, gets the 1 dig, and now it's going to be a very tough position for Alex if he wants to get away with this 1 versus 3 round win. No nades to his name, so needs to land the shots.
You remove that Red Bull logo, it kind of looks like he works with SpaceX.
Oh my god, it's a possibility now.
Oh, through the Molotov, there's a smoke up as well. Andy eats a flashback. He's gone with the knife, Golden. Oh, he's actually done enough, or has he? Oh, he can't find it.
Oh my god, what's going on?
Got it. Don't move your mouse.
He has it. Yeah, easy peasy.
My god.
Oh my god. He flashed himself somewhat as well, right? That's why he doesn't spot Alex there and just smoke a little bit for a second. Dude, what a smart play by Alex as well. Obviously spots the molly. He's 45 HP left, I think, and he runs past it. Obviously the smoke or the flashbang is the one that really messes with him that round, but that was a very nicely played 1 versus 3 from Alex. Couldn't have gone away with it, but it's a round on the board from Fnatic nonetheless. Tactical is called. Maybe just take a breather there. That was very chaotic for a round that was looking very likely for Fnatic win. 4-on-2 position there. Can't believe that Cloud9 actually gets the bombs up. But we talk about experience and stuff like that, and can't really fault Jackinho for that either. I mean, it's a very common spot. This was, again, one of my teams. That would be the one note that I have of just try and stay alive. They still have to plant the bomb in a 4-on-2 situation.
It feels like we have a real game on our hands here. Like, both teams are really sweating right now. Like, Fnatic are ahead and doing a pretty good, I mean, they're doing a damn good job. But they're definitely feeling the pressure right now from Cloud9. Such a sick little peak there. That timing for Crims was perfect. Just as Cloud9 were moving back. And this is a huge round. I mean, look at the money spent on both teams. No team has any money left. We're towards the end of the first half. This has huge implications on who's going to gain most of the rounds in the remaining rounds of this half. And things will start off here with Alex trying to take that peek towards top banana, but good nade usage there from Fnatic, playing it passively, not giving anything away, trying to use as little as possible as well to get the most done. And we've got a setup here on porch from Fnatic, 3-man setup. So this is a great way to deal with the top mid part of the default, where Arch gets smoked off. Some teams have been doing a smoke on porch as well to kind of deal with setups like this. But Fnatic could win the round if Cloud9 just leaves someone top banana, then go for the top mid take with 3-4 players. That's where Fnatic can win the rounds. But it looks like we may get a different look here. Cloud9 keeping a lot of players towards top banana still.
Yeah, and they just walked up here, got it for free again. Typical Cloud9 fashion. There's no nades, just walk up there. And I think they had somewhat of a read because they threw a molly up in mid and they got instantly smoked off. Sure, you can say that, oh, it might be a fake smoke it off, but that's a very expensive smoke on a map like Inferno to just do for just on a whim. So I do think that was a bit of a read. But they show a lot of presence in B here, and there's an expo flash only in mid. And that setup Dan was talking about earlier is no longer there for Fnatic, obviously. 25 seconds left now, though, so Cloud9's going to have to make a move on.
Smokes are into the choke point and they're wrapping on the side, but there is still a crossfire on course for Fnatic. 15 seconds and they're holding for now, but the numbers are eventually going to overwhelm them. 10 seconds, there's a peek from Library, a missed shot from Alex, but there is utility for Cloud9 to create some space. Golden picked off by Floppy, leaving Jackinho. Surely he's got to pick up a rifle here. And a defuse kit as well. He'll have to escape 1 versus 3. Allowed him a chance to hang themselves, but they won't push him. They'll play it safe. Cloud9 moves to 5.
And one thing to note there, if for all the viewers, is if you look at the minimap in this round, and you look at, we talked about that setup on Porch, the 3-man setup. It is designed to deal with top mid take on a default timing. So we talk about how Cloud9 mixes up their pace a lot, and that's a good example as to like why that's important, because it got to a timing where Fnatic were convinced that, oh, if they were going to take top mid, they would have done it by now. So we can't just sit holding this setup with no info. So they rotated that player off. Cloud9 then pushed A in a spot where that player had to rotate back. So there were only 2 players really set up on the A site, not properly either. So Cloud9 were able to really abuse the fact that Fnatic were expecting a faster timing on their default than there actually was. And that positional advantage gave them everything they needed to enter the bomb site. So again, it's just this macro sense of the game is really being played well by Alex and Cloud9 so far.
Should note though, Fnatic still have 7 CT rounds so far, and it's their T side we tend to talk about a lot. Really, you're happy with 6 CT rounds and get to play a few more T rounds, but they only have the 7, and it's a flashbang over. Doesn't get anyone. Golden's still here though. Gets 2 kills with the Deagle. There's one more Cloud9 member that's low and it's floppy. Won't go down though. Makes it a 3-on-3. Bad spot to be in here now though if you're Cloud9. Brawlon is by his lonesome on A, but he has a lot of nades. He is worried. Yeah. I was gonna say Brawlon is worried though. Sure, he has an aggressive position, but he doesn't quite know where the other remainder Cloud9 members are. Was not being called that all 5 were there. And it's going to be another one of these rounds. It's going to go down to the wire, I feel like. Walking up to apps here, 40 seconds left. Obviously going to clear a bunch of stuff. I love that too. It's very, very unique, right? It's not something you tend to do. You tend to go up in mid in this case, smoke off one side and just wrap. You don't really see a lot of app plays this late into the half, or round rather. We'll see if timing though from Brawlon. Oh no, he does get spotted. It's not expecting it either, and as we know, he was the only one that was holding this A bomb side. It was a bit of a gamble stack towards the B from Fnatic with 2 members, Crims and JW. Swapping here though, getting the first one. Wonder if he can get JW. He won't. There is a kit still, and he has full HP, so talk about a potential 1 versus 2. Still a possibility. This, yeah, I was gonna say it used to be possible as well. Used to throw a smoke to CT spawn in B from alt mid. You could do it as a fake. You could do it as a, if you're a lurker at 5th and no one has a smoke on banana area. But it was a bit of a fake, obviously, trying to get the C9 members to think that JW is saving. They're not falling for it, though.
Oh, hold on a second. Mezzi stays crouched, and Alex will not allow JW to save the weapon. Take a chicken out as well. Cloud9 make it to 6. They've broken the money of Fnatic. They're about $2,000 per person. So promising start from Fnatic with the Deagle shots from Golden, but the finish was in Cloud9.
Yeah. I really liked the walk into apps as well, because they understood that like normally what happens when a CT side contains your banana push is that they will probably leave someone in apps kind of playing an off angle, looking at alt mid and also mid proper. So they get to like walk there and like clear that spot very safely, and they had the time to do it. So it's just like really amazing presence of mind as to like what's going on, again, in the macro sense at all times. It just really just shows just there's such a good understanding of the game for Cloud9 right now.
Full save here from Fnatic. C9 making their way over to B. Rounds like these, especially when you have some nice nades as well. Normally you tend to do a full execute here, knowing as well that Fnatic should be on an eco, but they opt for just a flashbang. Fnatic not with the stack this time around. Could have been dangerous otherwise.
Normally when a player is boosted on that half court, to throw a HE at the top end position, which we, I suppose, would more likely see on a buy round when you expect an AWP to be there. That was quite devastating for the CT position. I always forget to take that boost. Mag 10 will be the cash machine for this round, if allowed to withdraw. Seems the AK is doing most of that at the moment. 7-7. Who will have a thin lead at the at half time?
Yeah, and this is a good comeback from C9 as well. You could argue that Fnatic, was it 7-4? 3 rounds on the board here makes it even more competitive. So sure, you're happy with getting 7. You're also very happy with getting 8. But you know, you'd argue that both of these teams are very happy with this half so far. Maybe more so on the Fnatic's end than C9. But it's still a scrappy round here for Fnatic Glass. We do have an AWP glass cannon from JW. And again, the usual Fnatic tendency of just being a banana early, just expecting maybe something fast, using some initial utility. They might actually just be sticking around here, just knowing as well that Chequinho has an SMG only. A lot of damage being done here on Alex. 17 HP left. We'll see how much that HE does. Not as much as you'd expect.
I think we're all always hoping for massive damage from grenades.
This is such a window from C9. Sure, they're damaged, but look at the utility here. They essentially force Fnatic to waste everything they have. It's just a flashbang continue. We might see a pop flash at that. As I say that, though, I'm not a fan of shooting through the smokes in general, especially when you have a good game plan coming into it. You could have waited 5 more seconds. Smoke would have been faded. Golden with 2 nice kills there through the smoke, forcing C9 essentially now to just go towards this B-bomb site. They have a lot of nades, though, but we've seen this again and again from C9. They just like to walk in instead. And because of that, they get both. Oh dear, oh dear.
I gotta say, like, it's a very basic thing with any team, like flashing for each other and so on, but it's a fundamental which gives so much power to Cloud9. Like, when they use it, they really do follow up on those flashbangs so often. There's a ding and a dong from Crims, and maybe there's a last round in this to be had yet for Fnatic. Then again, maybe not, because Floppy has a superior angle. There's a crouch peek with a French gun from Brolan, though. Sound cues heard by Mezzi, who's on the flank. Very quietly on the way. Brolan should have the spatial awareness that he could be being flanked here, be busy deploying grenades, and it will be the 8th round for Cloud9 at halftime as they move to the CT side.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, we're back.
I'm not sure if they can hear us. That's why I don't want to talk. I didn't want to talk over the cat.
It's not even like stealing the post as the normal bell cam, just leaving some post. Not the kind of post you want, though.
We're back. We're talking about Nando's. Maybe that's going to be a celebration meal for Messi if he ends up getting this win against Fnatic.
Let me see people's knives. Let's look at the knives, the inventories. See what these guys have got equipped. Or we could look at the faces instead. I'd rather look at the knives, though.
Well, let's look at it. I like that. We saw in the back there, it was a trash bin, but it was a recycling bin. Swedes are very good with their recycling.
Those are masks. It really looks like Zeppa's got underwear on his ear cups, but it's masks.
Still wonder if it's on purpose or not. I think it wouldn't be sponsor related.
Show me the knives, production. Show me the knives. I want to see the knives people have. You can do this. I believe in you. Let's see some bloody knives. Come.
Maybe.
There you go.
Do you want to listen to us?
You got what you wanted.
Have I?
Yeah, I can see knives right now. You can see more than one at a time.
There's that marble fade thing. Well, we can see plant pots, but not the knives. Cool. I remember when there was like 3 different updates for Inferno, and one of the lines was added pretty flowers.
Yeah, fantastic, right? Really what we asked for. Added more chickens as well.
Oh, I'll never forget when the chicken blocked Rops from opening a door. The chickens can actually block the doors on Inferno. So where JW is, Rops was trying to get in this door one game, and the chicken was blocking him, and he got killed because he couldn't open the door. It was amazing. So indeed, the chickens create variance.
Look at this retake setup from Cloud9. They want to fight towards A and retake B. It feels like we're going to get the walkout apps. This actually could be really powerful for Fnatic.
Yeah, we should be seeing an expo flasher from Golden. He has He's the one with nades. Yeah, he's going to smoke off one side. We're going to see an expo flash here. Here we go. Here's the timing on that as well. Fnatic is out. But Cloud9
in short.
Yeah, the bomb's in short. Fnatic had a very aggressive positioning here. Or rather, C9 had a very aggressive positioning. But I can't believe that it's actually paying off for Fnatic anyway. Just the fact that bomb was dropped in short kind of prevented it.
Brutal headshots from JW leaves Alex with 9 HP. That's a very nice one tap, but he needs a few more of those. Here's a molly, which if he chooses to go short, maybe it could isolate some players, but he's carrying a lot. Normally, you'd see a player walk away, like let's say he took a headshot, but they had Kevlar. He's got no Kevlar, but he does have $800 of utility. So he's really being conservative about his approach, and I respect that. That's a lot of money. Those incendiaries are expensive. $600 for the CTs, just a mere $400 for the Ts.
Absolutely, especially when you talk about buying next round as well. It's like making the argument of saving armor as well if you're there by your lonesome. It does have a purpose. Roland does go down though, but yeah, I mean that was a fun round by Fnatic. You can make the argument there. It was looking pretty possible for C9 having 4 guys in mid. Normally when you have an apps play like that, you just tend to make sure that you have mid presence, very much like we see here. But it's in the hands of Roland here. Gets 2 really nice kills, and because of that, just really opens up the site for Fnatic. Gives them the first. I was gonna say the first pistol round for this map. C9 I think won the first one, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. I really liked that pistol from Fnatic. All right, we got aggression. Top banana will be dealt with quite effectively by Mezzy. That's scary. I love the full rotation, the gamble rotation here. What they're trying to gamble is that Fnatic would very quickly rotate top mid and then walk into the stack again. But Fnatic is slowing things down. They didn't hit top mid at that rush timing, so now they're going back towards B, which is actually quite cool because Fnatic are playing a pace that's so slow that Cloud9 will have at least a couple players here. Maybe another D shot can connect. If that does, it could make all the difference. Floppy's looking for it. Oh, he's looking for it. We can't quite find it. The HE will go out though. That's done a lot of damage.
The nade. Oh man, this is still risky here for Fnatic. There's no kit on C9, but there's full armor pistols as well. 2 flashbangs, so this could be a pop flash. Very, very difficult situation to be in here for Fnatic. Positioning wise as well, they're all stuck on the bomb site. We're expecting or looking for some trade games here, and here we go.
This is scary. 2 players hiding in the smoke as well. They can't really help each other because they can't see anything. And this will surely be a slaughter for Jaquinho. It's all better lining up for the great burst from Jaquinho, but he can't quite get to the last player. And there will be time for the defuse. That got really weird real quick.
It's a new kid on the block here from Fnatic, getting away with a 1 versus 3. Man, yeah, positioning there. I mean, you can make the argument there for Fnatic, even if you have one guy in banana there, maybe it wouldn't have been a possibility. Really nicely done from C9. Every single member here is here fighting. No kit, so they had to do it fast, and this is the situation here. Floppy landed the 1 shot. I wonder, had he not done that, maybe given Jaquinho a chance here to clutch that round.
Yeah, I felt like Jaquinho played it really perfectly. Like he did everything that he could. He was like taking his time, but being as quick as possible. Oh my god, the nade damage is really huge here against Fnatic. Oh, Cloud9, they're causing so many problems. This has to be such an uncomfortable game for Fnatic right now. I'm gonna walk straight back. At the same time, it really feels as though Cloud9 have a sense for this timing. They're kind of now preparing themselves. Okay, Fnatic would have had time to slow walk to set up for a top mid take. Cloud9 don't have info banana just yet, but perhaps these Molotovs and flashes are going to be all the information that Cloud9 need as to exactly what's going on.
This is going to be a fast execute here going for Fnatic. Spots nobody up in mid. Just opts to go for an execute instead, and Brolon with the SMG does a really good job there. Getting the bombs up, and Stefan's still here with the MP7. Almost gets the 3rd, but forced to reload now. He should be going down, and he does. 2 versus 2 now. Keeps Cloud9 in that round, Stepa.
Nice tag. Crab walking round the corner. JW pulling out the MAC-10. Close range could be of use to him if he wants to strafe, but S-Tag's fallen back. Just waiting now. Looking for a response from JW. He has a kit he's got time to play with. 49 health now for S-Tag. JW still full health. Just wasting as much time as possible. Fakes a flash with his deagle. Just down to the MAC-10 now. Really running this clock down. There's the wide swing with the MAC-10. Moving accuracy is good enough.
He played that actually just like perfectly. JW played that so complete. Even to the last detail right at the end, how he kind of baits him to look one way and then swings out the other. It's just really great from JW. Look at this though from Zephyr. Almost gets the third kill with the MP9. Really dangerous stuff. And that's 9-9. And things are looking really close between these two teams right now. We've seen some great stuff from both of them. It's really cool to see Fnatic, you know, picking up a clutch like that. I think that's really a much needed clutch to help them feel like something's going their way right now. Because it does feel like Cloud9 are causing a lot of problems. And it would be even better if Fnatic could finally capitalize. You know, they're ahead in this round. Let's not have the Deagles, you know, create another surprising round result.
Yeah, it's rounds like these, so it's just so dangerous. 5 smokes as well for C9, making a good read, or even with Fnatic, I was going to say, normally you tend to want to go a little bit faster on rounds like these, just to prevent the continuous smokes being replaced. And we see the first C9 member here going towards Banana, so we should be seeing the first smoke potentially being placed. Yep, here we go. And he falls back as well, very default. And then C9 still has 2 smokes left on the Banana area. So we talk about timing here, and Fnatic is waking their way up in mid. 50 seconds left. We'll see where these smokes on the A-bomb side will be placed. But we want to pay attention to time here. Don't want this clock to run down all too much, because then it's going to be very dicey for Fnatic. Here we go. Only 2 smokes left now for C9, and it's on S-Tag and Seppa.
30-second mark. Smokes in the choke points. One spotted in CT. How about that for a response? Trying to stop the split. There's more junk to be thrown by Fnatic. Mezzi dropped through the smoke. Alex trying to stay alive. Can't do it for long though. Bombs on the floor. Bomb collected by Golden. That's a very important kill. Many important kills actually. And S-Tag finds himself on the wrong side of everything. 1v4. Very close game. If you're just joining us, it's a great effort, a stonking effort from Cloud9 on the pick of Fnatic, Vertigo. And it stays close on Inferno. But it seems that Fnatic will take the lead now. What can you say about that?
I can't believe that, man. He spots that whole time, peeks in the wall for 1 second, and then he comes back and literally JW's just there waiting.
That's the most JW frag.
Yeah. Sure, just the last kill of the round. Yeah, we see it here. I mean, on JW's end. Look at this. He spots him now. He probably, yeah, he watches him a little bit. Shoots his head off. That's a nice round from Fnatic. I was a little bit worried there, but Smokes was going down and obviously make the decision of wrapping Arch. Still splitting the bomb site though, which is why it looked very dominant. Full save now from C9.
It's fun too because yesterday we were actually Golden on the cast and we were watching Inferno and I asked him specifically about like those kinds of rounds and like how they think about them and like how confident you have to be to challenge Smokes on Inferno and how important that is. So good to see that they went for that wrap. That's a great response. And 4 men on the quad reef here. Might not find anything though, unfortunately. Maybe there's a wayward traveler on their way to spotting this. And we talk about this too, like having the 1 MAC-10 is super useful on a round like this. Throw it done, he spots the stack. Now his team's like, okay, easy B-side take.
Gold is super smart here as well, obviously. He knows he's going to go down, but his main thing is just to stay alive as much as we can. Let your teammates take the bomb site to use the smoke very defensively, obviously. Oh, Grimps gets stinked though. It's not going to matter. We know it's just USPs, no armor. Seppa with a MAC-10. But he's not going for it either, so you can make the argument here that we should be seeing a MAC-10 for CT's next round, unless he just opts to to throw it away. But that's a waste of money.
Fnatic move to 11. See what the money looks like for Cloud9 on the subject of JW just casually deleting people. Meat shots from the Deagle. The Swedish team will be moving into round 21. Maybe things feeling a bit shakier for Cloud9 as they'll have nothing left in the hole once their buy comes through. Not too huge a deficit though, but they can't lose too many more rounds, bearing in mind every other round will likely be an eco. Fnatic might not be as far away as it necessarily looks like. Alex will have the AWP, but no Kevlar for this round. One must avoid the grenade. You can see him playing a lot further back. He'll be flashbang support for Cloud9 on Banana to start.
Nice early pressure here on Banana from C9. So I was talking about though, I mean, Fnatic very happy with that half that they just had. Know that they're very strong on this T side. And look at that. Rotates coming in just as Fnatic is about to maybe cause some ruckus here on this A bomb site. All 5 members are here now for Fnatic versus 4 C9 players. And here we go. Here's the flash. Smokes comes down as well. Oh my god, Essetag just keeps on pushing. That's insane. Gets the kill though, forces Fnatic back. I wonder if it was supposed to be a fake and a wrap, but ooh. Alex, what? Was that a Molotov with the bag or something? Because that was, for me, spot on. He wasn't even moving.
Yeah, he might have made a new hole in his belt there. But very strange one. However, it is what it is. There's a dink from Floppy and a follow-up with the French gun. Meanwhile, there's a push from what remains of Fnatic into this B bomb site. Alex and S-Tag dropped. And the rest of Cloud9 have got to rotate from the A bomb site. Crims will post up with AWP, 1 of 2 now, as JW is still in play.
Just the one of those ones that feels like a save, but they're going to go for it into the double orbs. They don't have anything to do with the orbs as well, so it's it's so hard to make those safe calls sometimes. I think, again, who was it that was talking? I think yeah, I guess it would have been Golden actually that was talking about this yesterday. How you've got to be really decisive, like extremely decisive in clearing your comms in these situations, because otherwise, if there's like that hesitation where people are kind of in between committing and not, bad things really happen.
Indeed, C9 does get away with saving 2 weapons though, but it's 12-9, and just economy is not there. When we talk about potential of having a strong CD side, it comes in the hand of just having the economy on your side, and C9 not being able to have, you know, these back-to-back strong buys and really benefits Fnatic. And we see that in their economical state as well.
Take off Banana. Not too much of a challenge from Cloud9 here. They're in dire straits now. Again, Fnatic are 4 rounds away, but half of those may be half buys for Cloud9 at best if they keep losing.
This is such a bad spot to be in here as well. C9 being forced to use their first smoke early on Banana. That was Floppy, only leaving Essetag with 1, and there's 2 Deagles here. This is a very, very difficult round from C9. Really comes down to as well hitting the shots. But not only that, a nice crossfire setup as well is needed. And Fnatic hasn't done much. They took Banana early, and you can kind of tell based on the placements and stuff like that that it's been looking pretty likely that maybe it was a call at the start to kind of end at B. They've just been taking some initial match presence, and Alex wants to go for an information play. Not going to work out. Maybe if they had a flashbang there, it would have been used, but again, we know it's a save round, and this is what I like to see as well. Even if it's a fake from Fnatic, we use a lot of utility. We don't have a lot of information on where the other 4 members of C9 is. So why take the risk when you don't have to?
Ooh, time is running low for Fnatic, 20-second mark, but it's only Mezzi to defend here, it seems. So only a Benzi. Oh, actually, there's one more on the smoke. Under the smoke on the radar, he emerges Zeppa. 8 seconds, try to buy time, drop the bomb, but there are reinforcements for Fnatic. That leaves S-Tag with a P250 on the B bomb site, wondering what might have been.
And that's really close because if like in trigger discipline fashion, tried to like wait a little bit to kill the planter there and just pray that no one spots him. Zeppa, that is. I think it was Zeppa. That's the spot where he could have just won the round by just delaying killing the planter. I think there was enough. There wasn't enough time, but anyway, Fnatic looking like they're stabilizing here, going into this T side. I wasn't super sure, you know, given how back and forth things have been, but it's definitely looking a lot better. And Cloud9 are suddenly finding themselves in a really awkward spot here.
Yeah, for sure.
Come in, but
yeah, at least this is a really good buy here from C9, opting to go for a save, obviously previously. So, but even for Alex, if we talk about a potential full buy, we'll see an AWP, maybe half armor, but won't have full utility. Tactical is called as well. You always talk about potential fast round here also, once the initial setup. We've noted that C9 has been wasting nades early, especially versus that banana bomb site. It's been some chip damage, but hasn't really worked out to actually get away with the win on that. So we'll see what the options are here now. Here we see the last round as well. It's just Golden doing a little bit of a fake. There was multiple members there from Fnatic first, so more than just one nade setup coming in. C9 has no idea how many actual Fnatic members are there. And here we go. Really good buy here now for both of these teams. Only really Alex without full sets of nades. There was a timeout being called as well, so we'll see what both of these two teams have in store for us here for this round. And it's Fnatic giving Banana a chance again, which is 2 members. It's Crimson JW there. Looks like they're getting it a bit for free again. We see C9 take tendency in holding the nades, but Fnatic here just walking through apps. Alex is still there though. Oh man, that could have been an actual double there, but full on brawl. This is just a mid-round that came into play. Not really intended, but when you get the first kill there onto Messi, Brawlon just obviously finds an opening to go.
Oh, have a look at this.
Yeah, this is a nice little round here from Fnatic.
Yeah, Crims is making his way towards the banana position and the B bomb site. Ultimately, there was a pause based on those sound cues from Golden, but once they realized that both players are dead, a full rotation going to come through. They'll never be expecting them to be on site that fast. Floppy down for free, Zephyr 4 HP, and it looks like 14 for Fnatic. Cloud9 still struggle to get double figures on the board here on the second half.
Man, that's a nice round from Fnatic. Really not what you expected as well. Was looking like a regular default. Fast play up to apps, spots the C9 player in Messi. As soon as he goes down. And because we had presence already from Fnatic in mid as well, they feel comfortable enough to just fight for that control. Sure, they end up going towards B at the end there, but it comes from a rotate from C9, probably spotting the bomb used by all 5 members. Move their way towards that A-bomb site, but it's 14-9 now. And now it's looking very worrisome for C9. This has been a very dominant T side from Fnatic so far.
Yeah, the only round that Cloud9 have won in this half was the second round. Apart from that, it's been all Fnatic. Perhaps a dangerous game picking Inferno into the likes of Fnatic. Third map, if required, would be overpass.
Say, I wonder if we'll see more like apps setups and stuff from Cloud9 to try to deal with that element of the default, as opposed to just keeping people pretty deep top mid. But you know, we'll get the initial banana exchange, air to tag over the smoke. Oh, what a huge round! This has to be a Cloud9 victory for them to be able to find a way back in. A pretty slow pace so far from Fnatic. They've got banana control though, and looking at the nades, there is a decent amount of nades here still remaining on Cloud9. If they wanted to try to go for some kind of retake, if things slow down and it's like no more pressure for the next 10 seconds, they could consider doing that. But Fnatic get to rotate because Cloud9 still can't make an info play on banana, so they get to rotate here. and Cloud9 don't have information, so they're actually rotating Zeppa to B. So it's all on Alex. Alex has to get something out of this. The smoke denies him.
Oh, the nade.
Huge.
All that red is like tomatoes.
But it's still only 2 members here from C9. Alex, I was going to say he needs to get the first. Gets flashed here now, though. Goes down by Jaquinho. Messi is still here, though. There's a full trade game going on, but it's 3-on-3, and Fnatic now has the bomb side. Bomb is yet to be planted, though. Was dropped, but here we should see it. Bomb going down. There is still some nades here left for C9 and a kit on Zeppa, so retake is definitely going to happen. As I say that, though, S-Tag goes down, and you make the argument here now of, sure, it's 14-9, but maybe you should save anyway.
Well, they got a
that. Yeah,
angle to be taken by Zeppa. Although it just goes from bad to worse, doesn't it? JW, God of War, just grows as the violence grows. Game point now for Fnatic. Floppy will look to take an AWP away, and again, it's another failed attempt in this second half. Again, just that second round one for Cloud9. It is a rout for Fnatic.
Oh man, yeah, and it's just been the 1-2 dance point, just the one C9 round. Have not had a lot of success on the CT side. This has been a fantastic side though by Fnatic. I think they've called this really well. Cloud9 never really knowing what Fnatic has had in store for them.
Yeah.
And it comes to your point here, Dan. I think it really comes in, like we talk of the banana press, and some teams, you know, opting to kind of not go for banana control at all. But you make the argument here of like sooner or later you kind of have to do it just to change the pace, and we see that from C9 this time around. This is a little bit of a change of pace of at least trying to fight for some. Oh no, he falls down. That's so unfortunate. I was gonna say, and they spotted him now, so this could be really dangerous. Yeah, man, I can't believe they were trying to go for another boost there.
Desperate times. Sometimes need to mistake.
1 HP. I mean, that's one way to recover the HE, and then the getting in with the wallbang, but down to 1 HP. Oh, that felt like it was another kill there for Alex. Oh, everything's on a knife's edge at the moment, but fortunately for Cloud9, they're going to find a result anyway. Fnatic really pushing the issue against Alex there, top banana, and it will not go well for them this time. It's looking like Cloud9 might be able to hold on just yet. They have to commit to A now. They've got really no other choice, but there is a very strong defense here. This should not be breakable. And it's looking good. Yeah, really this round sort of died on banana.
Yeah, it was a change of pace, at least from C9. I like that. Whips the first boost, but Alex getting the AWP and getting 2 kills with that. Very active. Gets the first kill on banana. Obviously falls back to small pit. Gets a kill on Brawl on there as well. And that's it's a start, at least, from C9 of a potential comeback here. See the hands of at least showing some banana presence.
Well, it's not too late just yet. They will need a dramatic turnaround, but it isn't too late. Backs to the wall, amazing things can happen, especially when it's Cloud9. Well, Crim's going to make life even more difficult, but he is standing between a barbecue to his front and back, and the AWP will come to finish him off. We've got a 4-on-4. More flashes will announce the position of an AWP at least. But there's plenty of time for it to rotate. A minute 20 for Fnatic to play with.
And despite the fact that it's been a bit of a fight there, C9 opts to just leave S-Tag by his lonesome there towards that B bomb side. And Jaquinho again here. This is what we normally like to see from Fnatic. They get a kill and they just have the one guy that just ends up going for it. Opens up the map completely here. Jaquinho almost gets a third, but he's done enough. And this is a really difficult spot to be in if you're S-Tag. 1-on-3, you're still in banana. No nades left as well, and JW is still holding down here as well. Sure, you're gonna go down. I'm not gonna say this over yet, because when I do that, normally some miracles happen, you know? Yeah, I mean, it's still a very difficult position to be in here, right? If you're S-Tag, yeah, you get JW, but look at the positions here for Fnatic. Good plant as well at that. This is a very difficult spot to be in as well. Yeah, you get even more of a tag here now. Looks like we should be going to a third, but we'll see. Maybe it's a little bit of a nice flick here from Hashtag, but no time left either. That's gonna do it. 16-10. Map 2, C9's map pick. Good dominant T side from Fnatic there after a good showing on that CT side.
I'm
Yeah,
looking at 10 points today.
Very
You said that too.
encouraging.
Yeah, you're really making bank over there, James. And it's overpass next. We'll see if you get 3 in a row.
Yeah, that's a great statement to make. A great response to a dominant game of Vertigo from Cloud9 answering back.
Dollar head was like 150 pounds itself.
Yeah, it's like a hand-painted Dollarhoost, which we still have in our office.
I feel like you guys got ripped off or something. They're expensive, but $150 for a painted goddamn horse, red. I don't know.
Hey, that's been on a lot of shows of us. For me, it was value. We still have it to this day. It's like proudly in our office. So I don't know, man. I think we got our value from it. Was it? I think it was just called.
Was really funny.
I think one of the guys in the store recognized us as well. Man, actually, on that subject, I was in Oxford Street one day and I got recognized by a policeman, and I played on Face It with him like 2 weeks ago randomly in ECL, which was hilarious.
That's funny. I was going to ask that because I saw the BTS was showing some old videos from our old BTS events, and Slime asked Kenny that question of, do you get recognized a lot? I was going to ask you guys the same thing. It's funny, when I moved down here, it's great. You don't get recognized in the US. It's too big of a country, like it's just like it's happened once here. In Sweden, it happens quite often. How is it for you guys in the UK?
I used to get recognized by German tourists a lot. And if I'm in the high street, if I'm in like the main high street, I would get recognized a lot. But I'm never, I'm not often normally at home that much. And when I am, I'm not often in the high street. But so when I'm in the high street, I get recognized a fair bit. Yeah. What about you, Dan?
Yeah, it happens sometimes here in the US, but it's less than London for sure.
So James, is that where you go when you're like, man, it's been a shit week, I just want people to, clap.
I used to go there to get a posh salad, and then like walk home from there. But funnily enough, even in Santa Monica, when I'm hanging out with my mates, going down the seaside, even there, I would get recognized by German tourists. Even in bloody Los Angeles, there's always German tourists. They're like, "Are you the moderator?" Which is the German English for commentator. I was like, what do you mean, like chat moderator? Are you asking me if I moderate the chat? But no, that's not what I meant. Anyway, finally we are here. Cloud9 will be the aggressors on the T side. Roland's got a lot of issues through Monster. Maybe Jaquinho can help him with them. Very patient shots. Get 2 at the very least. And maybe Golden can get some more. He'll get shot in the face though. And he will deliver a kill onto Floppy. So it's still a 2 versus 2 as Cloud9 charge the B-bomb site.
Oh man, Jaquinho could have gotten more there. Still slow and steady. Gets 2 kills though, leaving Messi by his lonesome. Bomb is not even down either. Oh man, that's a crispy shot onto JW though. Makes it a 1-on-1. If anything, I was gonna say at least gonna get the bomb down. Oh my god, and he doesn't. He just fakes plants instead. Crips obviously want to get in a better position. You see the camera as well, obviously.
He's cheeky smile.
Yeah, he's super cheeky. He's definitely getting Nando's tonight for sure. Give the man some chicken.
I feel like that's like, you're so mad if you die to that because you can just get a guaranteed money and still have a pretty good engagement. Where and he has a very low HP as well. So if he misses the headshot and it's a Glock at range, I feel like he took a pretty low percentage play there and just like walked away like very happy.
It's always the gamble, right? You make the argument right after. I'll be like, oh man, you should have just planned to guarantee us the plant, right? The money.
Yeah. I think that's the correct thing to do for sure.
Absolutely. But yeah, you're always called a genius, right? If it works. For Messi here, classified as the genius. To buy though from Fnatic. And overpass as well. It's a difficult map for these kind of rounds, especially not being able to spot the scout. There's a lot of long distance duels to get a lot of tags, and then you kind of use the pistols to mop up the scraps. And it's Alex here making his way up in mid. We do see the C9 members, so circulating around these B-bomb sites. So for Alex, just getting in position. Might just be doing a bit of a lurk setup here. Getting maybe some freebies. Obviously knows as well that he has the flank can't go into underpass at least unless they go through CT spawn. But here we go.
Smokes up to split the site in half. This will slow things down for Cloud9. They have some time to play with. See,
Look at that. Because they're so slow, Fnatic thinks it's a fake. And it is. Actually turns out to be a fake. 30 seconds left now? Come on. No, I don't know about that. Okay.
Yeah, you can see the hesitation. I think they just had that exact discussion, Robin. But now there's a two-man creep towards short B for the CTs. Floppy will see some of it. But the bomb has to go in. And indeed, it is protect the VIP as they move into the monster tunnel to the bomb site. Smokes have come and gone. They've got to find an angle to plant. It's risky, but there is cover where it needs to be. They've outmaneuvered Fnatic in that respect, but it's still a dangerous round. Zeppa, 2 HP, S-Tag, 6 HP, Fnatic, not much to lose. There could be more problems here for Cloud9.
Yeah,
again,
what a
maybe
smart
not.
plan. Yeah, I was gonna say, what a smart plan from C9 there as well. They kind of know they don't have short control of the B area, so you see the bomb plan. It's very risky because it's planted towards upper, no control there. Goes for a gamble, obviously, with the timing that's left on the round. Pays off, and that was looking extremely dangerous. Obviously, we see on the minimap the whole time the process to what we pointed out with communication. Alex has the full A bomb site, so he's like, guys, like, you know, there's no one here, let's go. But spots as well that there's no time left to kind of get that accomplished. Have to run all the way through T spawn if they were to do that. Not going to happen. So it's still a solid round on the board here from C9, but was looking very dangerous for a second.
Yeah, really important too. Like, we know that if they get a pretty solid T side, and this is obviously the way to start that, then their chances to win rise astronomically as they are way more confident on that CT side. That they're super. It might be one of the most comfortable halves they have in their entire map pool, given everything that we've seen and the way that they've talked about it. So, yeah, if they can get between like 5 and 8 rounds on this T side, I think they're going to be pretty happy with themselves. This is a good way to start it. Brolin does sound like a little, but yeah, that was really worrying, and hopefully they don't put themselves in that kind of a position again.
Another slow round here from C9, just taking their sweet time. You know, obviously with Fnatic not having a lot of money. Normally we see more of a gamble stack of rounds like these. But it's Crims that has a very aggressive angle here in bathroom, and Golden is still there. He's obviously tagged, trying to help him out on a distance. But the longer the rounds goes here, the more of a gamble we should be seeing from Fnatic, and exactly that. Crims taking up a little bit more space, gets Zeppa. There's no one here to do the trade. There's no one long, so... But as I say that, Alex walks all the way up to the A-bomb site. Again, we saw the same thing the last round. And Golden was there previously, so it's a bit of a timing as he kind of rotates back.
Hello.
Alex walks up. It's a cheeky wallbang though. Common spot, but Alex goes down. That's 2 bullets doing a lot of damage. And again, a dangerous round here from C9. 15 seconds left.
Oh, things getting so awkward. 12 seconds. Does anybody dare try to stop the bomb plant up? Golden to go for a wallbang here with the Deagle, but doesn't choose to reveal his position. Nice spray from Brolin to eliminate Floppy. Suddenly, Mezzi's alone, 1 versus 3. He could still clean up here, but it won't be easy for him. There is one coming in from the back, and he's got to focus on that smoke, which is going back of the head. Not easy. He'll go for the 180, Mezzi, but there's too many man on road, and Fnatic will steal the 3rd round away. This was an eco for them, but here we are.
Yeah, that's a great round from Brolin as well. Just really taking his time. Gets the 3. But again, around maybe talk about C9 was definitely favored for that, but never say never in this day and age with CSGO. So always a possibility to turn around.
And it was something I highlighted earlier in the series was that Cloud9, when they play these really slow rounds, it's something that they're trying to work in to their kind of overall game plan. But it's a kind of round where having less experienced players can definitely hurt. When you play those really slow rounds, you need to have experience and decisiveness. And we can see that's, I mean, they won the other round that was very risky like that too. We'll see them going a bit faster here. They'll get denied ultimately, though they've actually recovered a 3v3 with a minute and a half on the clock. There is a lot to work with a 3v3. It feels like, honestly, that started off looking very bad, but this is now very workable. And they've got S-Tag lurking bathrooms, looking for the info.
Yeah, he's gonna have to wait here a second though. We see the remainder C9 members. They're actually just holding. Again, we talk about how Fnatic likes to play aggressive, and they have no idea where these guys could be. That's what I talk about, you know, taking their time. And just the fact that S-Tag is here doesn't mean that everything else is clear. They're going to be making their way towards A-Long. Is this just going to be one of those rounds that S-Tag just gets done by his lonesome on this A-bomb site? We see the remainder Fnatic members already. Sure, JW making his way in underpass, but I think this might be a save call unless JW gets a kill here early.
Does he look for a cross from long? Perhaps he will, but it seems to be a smoke up.
I think you make the argument here. You plan towards spawn as well because you have, yeah, exactly, very smart. You don't come from mid here. You don't come from bathroom. You know for a fact that it could be there. Very smartly done by C9. It's the small things. You end up planning on the other side. Bomb goes down, and all of a sudden it's a 2v2, and Fnatic is in it. But now all of a sudden it's just so difficult. No molly either to kind of clear off some of these angles. So you're kind of banking on the fact that sure, some smokes will go down. Maybe some missed shots from C9, but time is slowly creeping down and JW goes down. And this should be, and it is going to be, a C9 round. Impressive. Slow and steady. I'm loving these plays that they're doing. You know, even when they have S-Tag all the way up in mid there, he comes from bathroom, but they just know the tendencies from Fnatic are very active on this map, not taking any gambles, taking their sweet time, and then kind of works the map control that they've given themselves. It's a really nicely done round. Do you see a tactical coming in here now? And looking at the money from Fnatic, I do think that it's coming from them. Maybe a discussion as to, they're definitely buying, most likely, but maybe a conversation as to what they want to do with the round and what they should be buying. Golden here, that's a little bit strapped for cash.
Yeah, it is really scary, honestly, that we saw those two really slow rounds from Cloud9 when they were playing against Half-Buy and Eco and so on, and it almost that they kind of put themselves in a position where they were desperate and had to really struggle, and it almost feels like they were lucky not to lose that first one where they finished B. And so it's an amazing scenario given those two rounds that were very scary, that they're now in this advantage 3-1, and if they're able to get rid of this buy for Fnatic, they're probably going to be 5-1 up. So really good opportunity here for Cloud9. We talked about how huge the T side can be for them. Oh, that's a huge play. Able to find the aggression. 5 versus 4. And for Fnatic, they've got real decisions to make. They have a forward player for information here, JW. He's so important in this. If he can pick up a couple of kills, oh, he doesn't actually get even any damage. He's in trouble. They're going to be chasing him down. Oh, God, this is very awkward. JW, oh, barely able to escape, but still not out of trouble just yet. And he'll get finished off by Floppy, just trying to get out of position in time. And it is going from bad to worse for Fnatic.
They used almost all of their flashes, Cloud9, just to chase JW on long. I never heard so many pops that weren't part of an execute. Golden's posting up to give Crim some cover, spots the shadows, they're lining up for him, but he needs kills, not damage. Crim's now requiring a multi-frag, he's alone and they'll bunch up, but just 2 for him. I say just, he's made it doable for Jaquinho. They don't know where he's coming from. Imagine it will be a truck plant, as it will be safer in this situation. Jaquinho may be reading it for B.
Yeah, I was going to say this from Jaquinho because we know this well, and I think C9 might be aware of this as well. We should want to pay attention to who is actually remainder and who's left. Jaquinho, when he has been trying to help out this A-bomb side, he has been actively coming from this underpass area. And I think maybe the call was made of, watch out, they might be going B. Takes the gamble, and just because of that, forces him to kind of save. And a situation like this, sure, you don't have the money bomb down, but you should know that one of the guys from C9 is low. You can make the argument of it's a 1-on-2, and it's a kind of winnable 1 versus 2. So you could be going for it, but obviously with the map control that C9 had, and I think that they had the read as well that Jaquinho was coming from the flank. Very difficult situation to be in. But I like that, James. You know, as you pointed out, there's a lot of flashbang rings in just to get the kill on JW, and sure, you make the argument of, you know, like, I think that if they don't get the kill there, probably round over, but just the fact that they get it opens up the map a lot, puts a lot of pressure. And wow, I mean, we talked about it. I was worried about C9's T side coming into this, but just their good start here early. Fnatic just 1 round on the board, but C9 getting the pistol round win and some stable consecutive rounds after that. I'm really putting Fnatic to the test here. Should be, and I say that usually and tend to just be proved wrong, but it should be a somewhat easy round for C9. Really kind of come in the hands of Jackinho here with M4.
Tower of Humanity.
Are all those 3 stickers on his weapon there, the new ones?
The back one isn't. No, just the top one.
Just that one, right? Okay, yeah.
The front one,
Yeah,
I
you see
think
the
is
old
based
logo.
it. The back one is ESL something 2019, Katowice, and top one is the new one. Top one is the one that's like a cake.
Spend some money on this.
Top one's got that Corona weight on it, you know.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, yeah.
Chunkier.
I like it. We talk about re-rounds and stuff like that. They just made theirs a little bit more modern. Still kept
And a bit more to hold on to, you know. It's got love handles.
Yeah. Slow round here. 40 seconds left. C9's been very cautious here so far this round. Bomb is making its way towards that B area, towards Monster actually as well. And the timing here for Fnatic actually might work out. But because C9 has made some noise over at A, you know, knowing as well Fnatic is on a low buy, they're going to go for more of a gamble. And they're opting towards A. 15 seconds now, like Alex running this Navi style. These rounds, always difficult to play against when they're so low on time, especially if you add fakes to that. It's only just one member from Fnatic that was holding there at the end, and Rotates does come in, but it's 2 nice kills from Alex. Crims gets an AK save though, at least.
And what if those nades killed the bomb planter? That would have been somewhat spicy. So this is a very strong scoreline for Cloud9 on the T side of Overpass. 5-1, and I don't know how many rounds Fnatic have come close to winning. This has not been easy for them. They have plenty of money next round, but something has to change. And again, these late rounds from Cloud9 proving to be quite successful at present. I do wonder if Fnatic will try to hold on to the odd smoke a little longer than they might otherwise. JW 0 for 6 at the moment. That needs to change if they are to do better. You can see those grenades flying in. Mezzi down to 21 HP as he planted the bomb.
Yeah, it would be good to see Fnatic getting some initiative early on and finding advantage through that. We don't get any of those. Oh, there's that early molly. Will be smoked immediately, so access to the playground is there straight away. So there is initiative here from Fnatic, and they don't want to necessarily overcommit here. You do want to just show that presence. You know, you play aggressively to be able to play better defensively, ultimately, is what this is about. And they can fall back. Playing bathrooms now, they've slowed Cloud9 down. And Floppy's playing very passively now after taking that early damage towards Monster. We may actually get a possible push there. Indeed, waiting in the smoke, pushing that Monster tunnel. Fnatic have a lot of info. If they keep pushing, they're going to find Floppy. And Roland might... Ooh, no, he was... For a second, he was thinking about it. Okay, maybe he's going to go for it. They know Floppy must be around here somewhere, so... if they've been studying the demos, Floppy always is the guy that lurks. And he's going to catch Brolan. Great angle. Oh, with 50 seconds left, that's a huge problem.
This is so unlike Fnatic as well. Now that I saw it as well, Brolan over towards the B, we haven't seen a lot of aggression from Fnatic on this A bomb side yet. Not it being up in mid at all. That's why, like Cloud9, I think that their approach has been so good of like taking it cautiously. Let's take our time. It's 30 seconds again left on this bomb. They're just getting their way into bathroom. JW does spot him though, but timing is just not there. Strafing as they're coming. Smokes down though, and we mentioned the whole thing with time. Look at it. They're forced to kind of fall back. 15 seconds left. There's no way this should be a C9 round from everything that's happened, but just the fact that Jackinho goes down, we talk about the time. The bomb needs to go down now. 3v2 now. These counts I have are looking very Furia fashioned of these double fakes into the 20-second margins left on the round and just constantly forces to rotate.
Oh, Golden could clutch this, but I think he has read where Mezzi is, or has he? 1v1. He has a kit. Oh, he tagged him. He knows he's there now. He's going to the red gold and he's clutched it. He might even have time to go back for the AWP afterwards. They weren't expecting that one. 1 HP, Jesus. The man walks on water.
Wow.
Oh my
so funny
God.
is always see Mezzy, like he's getting tagged. He's then so afraid of his life that he gives his position away. Obviously, that's just a spam for Golden, just to see if he gets any blood, if he hits any tags or whatever. Oh my God. He's so small.
Oh man. There's a lot of damage being done in that tag as well, so I can totally see why Mess is getting worried there. Good job on the retake from Fnatic. That was not looking likely when Jaquinho goes down there. Low on time, but this is... I'm, you know, usually not a fan of slow rounds and stuff like that, but I think that Cloud9 is making it exciting once we remove the first minute of the round, but just a very cool tendency here. This is the start now, at least. We haven't seen this from either teams before, especially I noted the whole thing with Fnatic's aggression on the A bomb site. I do think that Fnatic might have changed positions. We haven't seen Brawlan active here on A. We see him again here at B with Jaquinho, and not sure if I quite like this change from them. Obviously, we can talk about changing positions because maybe they felt that it hasn't been working out, but I've always had this feeling that Brawlan has just been so active on this A bomb side. Sure, maybe there's some off games that he has, but it just creates so much space for his teammates. And we don't really see that now from Fnatic. We see a lot more timid kind of defensive plays. This is really the first time we get to see JW a little bit more active at the start of the round and getting the kill.
Yeah, and just losing that player early on as well. We don't have any lurk towards B for Cloud9. They don't really they need to have all the men, all the players in one place. Looking to go for an earlier timing on a bomb site at 35 seconds. We'll see them moving towards A, and that's a great pick onto Crimson. JW can make all the difference here with the AWP. Golden, though, it's going to make things a little bit easier. He slows it down. Ooh, floppy down to 16 HP. JW does get the tag. Oh,
there we go.
It off just before he dies as well. That's a huge kill to get.
Starting to warm up is JW, and not because of the Molotov. Should see more of him in the future rounds. Got his first kill in the round prior. There's a creep and a trade from Alex. Probably on long as far as Jaquinho is concerned. But he's got to wait for that fire to go. Alex could be in a number of places now. Does he have an angle to go for this defuse? He's going to hold the angle, actually. He spots the shadow as well. The bait from Alex is ready there for the crouch peek. Straight into the crosshairs, head first. And there's a consecutive round for Fnatic. The greatest thing for them is that the money's not great for Cloud9, but it might be close enough for them to force, considering Fnatic only survived with one player alive.
Yeah, and also a nice round as well from the new guy in Fnatic, a 1 versus 1. I feel like he actually plays this really well. Fakes, defuse, doesn't move at all, doesn't shoot on the jump as well. We talk about experience and maybe even some nerves, but he holds his ground, forces Alex, because again, Alex has no idea if he's sticking the defuse or not, but crispy shot there as well onto him, and that's a well-needed round from Fnatic. Forces actually C9 on a half by here, a lot of nades, but it's pistols with armor, and an aggressive play from Crims.
Trying to force the issue here, moving up short quickly. That's a very important kill from Alex, trying to entry through short. Does distract them, which gives Zeppa the opportunity to get a frag as well. He has been able to pick up the AUG. They're very weak, however, and Jaquinho is all that's required to finish them off. And that's a round for Fnatic, a much-needed round. They could still turn this half on its head, gain some momentum, and I mean, with the economy that they're gaining, start maybe making more aggressive plays, pressure more. But this is a great start for them to get back into it, that's for sure. Hopefully, for their sake, Cloud9 doesn't find a way to throw a wrench into the work, the good work that they're doing right now.
It's nice to see Jaquinho having a good series as well. Tied in frags with Golden. And another nice 2-kill there as well to hold up the B bomb site. This is what I like to see from Fnatic. This is what I've been missing. Economy a little bit better now, I say that, but they're pretty broke. But, oh, they're expecting it too, though. Just the Crimson is low, so I'm going up there. Gets the flash right in the face. JW was there to help him out, but normally you don't tend to see people going down in the fashion that Crims just did. Forces JW to take up another position.
Yeah, doesn't have his old help of Brawlan on the A-bomb side either. Heat bridging monster with Jaquinho at the moment. It would be Golden to pick up the slack. Doesn't have the smoke to right click in this position as Brian normally would. Allows to defend different areas with some cover. That's a different way to do it for Golden. Still alive with 20 HP, goes back through the smoke once again as S-Tag needs to avoid a potential flashbang. And that makes it competitive for Fnatic, 2 versus 3. HE towards the default plant spot. Normally it'd bounce it off the truck windows for a meteor connection. Door opened by Jaquinho. Turtle not, there will be angles held by Cloud9.
Yeah, look at these positions from C9. Yeah, that's the one guy that maybe you're expecting, but never that would you be expecting 2 of them over there. Nothing for Braun to do here other than sticking the diffuse.
Shake his ass.
Yeah, shake it a bit.
One thing I want to point out that I think was really cool from C9 is that they know that JW plays the bathrooms with the AWP, and they know he plays towards that long, pretty common. I love how Alex didn't show himself long until his teammates had gotten so far up that they were able to shoot towards JW, because you'd notice that actually they didn't even try to kill JW, they just shot some bullets which drew his crosshair across, and then he was like, oh, okay, I just checked long, nothing was there, now I can go long to get to the site, and that's when Alex peaks. So it was all by design. So really cool, because that's like a free kill just off of creating some misinformation. Next level stuff there.
Yeah, I'm talking about Fnatic here. It's a shame that round didn't work out for them. I would love for them to continue this kind of aggression that we kind of know and love them for. But you can make the argument here as well, just the fact that how Cloud9 has started this half so far, that, and obviously from the previous round as well, that they kind of expect Fnatic to be doing these random pushes. So just ensuring that every single time, wherever we walk, if you're C9, that always ensure that you have the one player there to kind of help you out and at least try and get a trade. Some movements being done here, or some sound cues, but another, I'd say, very safe round from C9. I think it's a really good call here from Alex as well. We haven't utilized A long a whole lot, and to do it here on an eco round as well should be a little bit safer. And again, we look at, they don't have banana control. Floppy is there, but normally you talk about planning towards spawn instead.
Well, there were a lot of angles, but Cloud9 decided it wasn't a maths class and took them all away. And that leaves Brollan with the USP as the last man to fall for his team. Cloud9 with 7 rounds so far, from 11 on their T side. Still in a very strong position in this deciding map of the series. Loser is eliminated, of course.
Yeah, we got to note as well. We talk a lot about, obviously, Zappa being the last player to come into this Cloud9 roster, but another change that they have obviously made was the change of their coaching staff from Kassad to Almapati.
Yes.
We'll see if we maybe get to ask some questions about that if C9 wins. See his involvement here. JW gets the first kill, though. It's a fast B push. Again, we see the tendency for C9 be playing this half very slow. Throw in a very fast round at that here now.
Grim's almost caught with a grenade, but he's able to hold on, jiggle, and deliver with the FAMAS. And that's important because he gets second kill onto Floppy around that smoke. Alex now 1 versus 3, waiting for a peek. Can see the elevated double peak for Golden and Crims. They need not push forward. Alex doesn't want JW getting that rifle. Well, there's the opening. Now where are the remainder? Does he stay on the B bomb site? Does he pick up the bomb and try and make a play towards A? He has a minute on the clock with which to do it. And indeed, it looks like he'll be legging it upstairs. He reads that they're both... Oh, the spray is absolutely glorious from Crims. You ain't going nowhere, son.
Get out of here. Here the sound cue, 3 kill from Crims. That's a nice hold as well, knowing as well they didn't have a lot of utility, so you could argue that Fnatic getting some kills early on the execute from C9 really helped them. I actually really like that call from C9. Glad that Fnatic had a solution to it as well, and just because of that, we'll see a tactical. Might be from C9 here. That round will actually, despite the fact that they have been pretty dominant here on the T side, they are broke. Have the potential of buying a little bit, but And that might be what the timeout was for, knowing as well that Fnatic only had 2 members alive. So we talk about economy and the state. And the question probably is, do we want to let them into this game by saving? It's always a gamble round as well, obviously. You lose this one, you give Fnatic even more ways to get into this game. But by winning it, again, then putting Fnatic in just a really tough spot, forced on another save, and economy is just in tatters. And we'll see. Yeah, they do go for it. Very common, I'd argue. We do compare, so for both of these teams, I think it's going to be whoever wins this one might be make the argument of potentially being the team that wins the half. But C9 with 7, still an uphill battle from Fnatic. I didn't even see it. Where was he? Am I blind?
Above.
He was above, right? Okay, yeah, it's just...
Could be anywhere. I don't know if he jumped on the... I have no idea where he was, actually. No idea. The blood spatter looks like he was below. So maybe he was on the corner of the stairs, which I'll explain in a second. There's a great spray from Chiquinho, which secures the bomb. So if you're a T coming through connector, trying to clear the stairs, your gun model... Oh my god, the damage. Oh, it's an assist as well. Your gun model... basically, you can sit in the corner of the stairs as a CT, and the gun model of the Ts will obscure the vision. So, unless you're aware of that situation, you might walk around those stairs and not see someone because your gun barrel's blocking the angle. So maybe it was that, maybe it was something else. It's good to be aware of it either way.
Yeah, and Alex obviously not saving here. He just wants to try and do some damage, but he does want to go down just to even out the money. 6-7 now. It's a comeback from Fnatic. A little bit at least. Again, would argue that that round was very important. Oh, there. Oh, I see. Okay. What? We talk about long distance shotguns, man. Like even yesterday with the auto shotgun, Mag 7 obviously used to be the king of the block when it comes to shotguns. JW has always been very active with that weapon.
This is a really good first half from Cloud9, but I do worry that they'll be a bit too relaxed in the second half because they've done so well here already.
Ooh.
Nice double nade there.
Utility belt like Batman.
Really not that much for them to do right now.
Round just started. Oh, JW is going maximum JW right now. Oh, please, just make it happen. The internet needs it. Floppy says no. Glock's enough. And now he can make some money with this Mag 7. That's not an engagement he wants to take, however.
Yeah, that's asking for a lot from a Mag 7. That distance. Let's smoke him off, though. Not probably expecting Crims to be here to help him out.
Love it. There's a good reason for S-Tag to full spray there, because Cloud9 may try to move down a tunnel and punish the reload, but of course it's... always be like, oh, be careful with it, you know, don't tilt it and stuff. So I don't know if moving a bonsai tree around is all that easy. Talking about plants that Robin and I have accidentally killed.
Or about to.
Yeah, I had a terrarium full of cacti and I drowned it because, you know, I was away for 2 months. I was like, oh my god, it must be starving. I gave it loads of water, then it just kind of collapsed and died eventually. So we're into the pistol on the second half of the final map. Fnatic are 1 round ahead for now. Brolan has been gifted a P250 by Golden. So he is the raid boss. Having a look on a slide towards party. It's got that Inferno P250. Remembering the Boston Major. And a certain
never forget events. Slow round here. Really at the hands of, we talk about the P250 buy, some pistol rounds and stuff like that. It's very good, especially on a map like Overpass. Just a lot of long distance duels here. But we see the tendency here. Oh, he gets insta-dinked. Well, goodbye with that. But we know as well that what Fnatic wants to do here. Brawler was really, we wasn't obviously supposed to get tagged there, but really just want to cause some ruckus and potentially do some damage. And for Fnatic to kind of just do a pop expo round here towards his B-bomb site.
looking a little bit labored there, but they do manage to finally do Fnatic, get a couple kills, get the entries they need. Still can be turned around though, but need to hit some excellent shots. Mezzi's unable to do that. Alex, though, is able to kind of isolate these players. He is surviving an awfully long time here, but it feels like it's inevitable at this point. They're all, actually, that's it. They're all very low, but it is going to be a Fnatic round that is quite crucial. Do we get a force buy from Cloud9? Full force. Yeah, this was a little bit crazy, actually. Felt like this really could have gone either way. The classic monster rush. I think it's a great strat. I mean, you can get everybody like swinging at the same time, which is
especially
really
with the
powerful.
Glock. Yeah, especially with the Glocks as well. Like you talk about where's the best case. That's why you saw a lot of tendencies with the app plays as well. Inferno with the Glock trains and stuff. Really want to just get in CT's face.
Well,
Did
they've
you end
split
up
the
buying?
pistols. They've split the pistols now on this map. Fnatic won both pistols on Inferno. Pistols were split on Vertigo. These are the usual grenades you see to take sniper angles away, thrown from various places. Some throw them from T-spawn. Liquid sometimes would throw them from the playground area, which is what I do as well. And Molotov from the fountain. Nice pop flash. Maybe Alex spotted. Jump peeking from sight. On rare occasion, you'll see a lurk smoke to take that angle away so we can't see down towards the divider. Not too often you see it though. Can often be a gap behind it and a CT defending. But anyway, there are 45 seconds left and Cloud9 have got a lot of smoke grenades. And this could prove to be a problem for the Swedes.
Especially if Alex gets some tags here as well before they hit the bomb site. Really giving the pistols the chance here to cause some damage. And yeah, to your as you pointed out here, James, I mean, it's one smoke and one flashbang left on Fnatic. This is a dangerous round, but as I say, that JW does get Alex here now, and it should open up the round a little bit more. Still just S tag here by his lonesome. It's gonna go down.
Those were very urgent kills, I feel like.
They were, for sure. Even if Alex just spots the one guy and doesn't go down, then he gets a chance to fall back. It's always the crossfire potential there of having to clear the bomb site without any utility. You have to kind of force to just throw a lot of bodies on him. Very close round. Pretty likely here as well. Fnatic obviously not going for any kind of chase. So at least we'll have 2 saved pistols. Some utility and armor heading into next round.
Terrorists win.
We see that shot there. Alex just trying to clear long a little bit, trying to get some information. But as soon as he goes down, that's Fnatic's go-to sign to just hit the bomb site. There's 2 members here still from C9, but crossfires were just not a possibility at that point. And these rounds, they're super scary. You kind of think that it's a freebie of some sorts, but see here C9 as well. Nice flashbang as well. Wants to take this fight early in the map and up in mid already. Crim's getting a fight here onto Alex as well.
Oh, that's an important angle JW has or had. He was helping Brolan now, who worries about his 6, tries to isolate potential fights. He's got immediate sound cues from Floppy. And Cloud9 could fall back. Brolan really can't lose this AK-47 here, but they're heading elsewhere now, Cloud9. At least you can say that they're not coming from T-spawn. They are, however, heading down connector. Does anybody have angles on short B? How far will Cloud9 go? They've got 4 players alive, but they may play for containment and petty theft as opposed to a steal of a round. Chiquinho making more money. My main focus is on this next buy round. This is a must-win for Cloud9, I feel like. Otherwise, Fnatic are going to be very far ahead immediately. Seppers found himself an AK-47, which could come in handy, especially with the talent on Cloud9.
First weapon round now. We'll see. A bit faster around here from Fnatic. We'll see what C9 has in store for us. It was this half that was very dominant showing on the side of C9, so we'll see if they can replicate that versus Fnatic here now. In a slight deficit here, losing the pistol, 11-7. This is the start then potentially on the CT side run for C9, and Alex in a semi-aggressive position misses the shot on Brawlan and he gets the kill.
That's a big whiff from Alex. Don't often those ones. That's a huge one as well because his position was really good. Like that was definitely not anticipated. The op in that angle that could have made the difference. But oh, I love this re-aggression here from Cloud9, doubling down on this effort. They don't want to allow their opponents to just get into the site. They go with the flashbang. That's gonna be successful. Really good play from them. Oh, getting spammed a little bit through the wood, but you gotta love that. Just taking initiative, not losing a player and being too scared. Understanding that they, respecting their opponents, if they allow Fnatic to play that advantage, knowing that Fnatic will just be able to run them over. So just off one flashbang, the Suez play is really good.
Mezzi already looks like he's been flashbanged. His brightness settings must be off the charts.
I don't know if that could also be a webcam setting. I have the same problem. The exposure that's having a bit of fun with the screen. Slow round here now though, 20 seconds left, 4 versus 3. There is utility though on Fnatic, but they don't clear the corner. And is this the start I was talking about for C9? Just leaving Creams here now, 5 seconds left. Might get the bomb down, but no, as I say that, not even at this point.
Oh, Westag's committed with the AWP around the corner, and that is an extra expense that maybe they could do without. Oh boy, they've just lost a lot of money towards the end there. This could prove very interesting. They're chasing Fnatic down for the money, but look at the difference in money. This is very strange. They just lost like $12,000 of cash that they couldn't really afford to lose there. They've got no money. Well, S-Tag's got money from AWP, but there's going to be a lack of grenades if they go for the M4s. Having lost everybody while winning the round there could be quite a problem for Cloud9.
Yeah,
absolutely. Might be an argument for a half buy.
I would be very surprised.
Yeah. It's like one of the things you like hate to do it, but it's also a case where the difference between a FAMAS and an M4 could really be rounds changing. They will have enough for the AWP, but there's just a lack of utility here, and it's a very utility-driven map. And Fnatic are going to recognize that fact. I wouldn't be surprised to see Fnatic try to play slow, try to win the utility game first, and then play a slow rounds to finish off Cloud9. We'll see. Crims is going to be able to take control of sewers. We'll see how long Cloud9 can hold on to their smokes for. They still have 5 smokes. This is actually quite smart because if you do also anticipate your opponents to be playing slow against you because they're trying to exploit your lack of utility, you as well are going to be able to just gamble and be like, okay, we're going to have to just predict, rely on the fact that we think they're going to play slow, so let's hold on to these smokes. And then that creates a problem for Fnatic, because if Fnatic wait too long and don't pressure these grenades away, then they're not going to be able to abuse that advantage, which kind of that seems to be what's happening right now. We're at the minute mark and there's still 4 smokes left for Cloud9. That's really good news. And look at the lack of map control here for Fnatic. They've got sewers, but they have nothing towards long just yet. They've only just started clearing it, and there's still a bunch of smokes. This is looking really good for Cloud9 now.
Yeah, and these are rounds like that, when you look at the minimap as well, knowing that Fnatic or Cloud9 has bathroom control, you tend to make the argument here, if you don't clear that on the T's, you plant towards CT spawn instead. But yeah, very, very late rounds here. We kind of expect that on overpass, but 20 seconds left now, and Jimkina just walks through the smoke. Oh my god. Mess is going to be a bit upset about that, but just the fact that Alex doesn't go down to get it with it at least makes it still be in this round. Yeah, this is a chaotic round all of a sudden.
There's 10 seconds to plant this bomb, and it seems that Fnatic may be able to actually do that, may be able to. Crim's really holding things down now, and that's that final commitment to plant the bomb. And it will be by elimination that Fnatic win, and they send Cloud9 to eco time, but boy was that nervous. Considering what was required to get certain kills, multiple pushes through the smoke to take out players by Divider in the front of the site. And again, not necessarily taking advantage of the mistakes of Cloud9 in that round prior. But here we are. 12-8, and Cloud9 have to eco. The worst has happened.
Yeah, really worst case there for sure.
And it really felt like Cloud9 played. They played better than Fnatic in that last round. They just didn't hit their shots right at the end. You can see Alex whiffed that shot with the AWP, and as Fnatic are desperately trying to like go into the site, they're able to get value. Jaquinho with the walk through the smoke. That was really interesting because when they dropped that smoke, I was thinking to myself, I wonder what they're going to do with this because Jaquinho, he doesn't really have a choice but to walk through it. Like that's the only choice because there's 20 seconds left. His team is hitting the site, which Cloud9 knew about at that point, so he has to walk through it. So it's one of those spots where that small detail that's overlooked created a huge opportunity for Fnatic.
Yeah, and that's not a position to be in here for C9. Talk about economy on the CT side here as well, and it's a rough start for them. Full save, just a P250 on S tag. Should mean that Fnatic goes up to 13. And that's when we gotta start seeing C9 getting a little bit more rounds on the board.
Well, the AK for Alex could be dangerous for Fnatic. I feel like we've seen so many unlikely rounds won this week that maybe we'll see another one here. We should be looking at a 13-8 scoreline. And that would definitely fill Fnatic with confidence, but first they have to get there. And nothing is guaranteed. There's always a chance.
Especially here, at least we do spot they are heading towards that A bomb site. Cloud9 with a 2-man stack on towards B. So depending on timing here, I don't think C9's going to have the ability to kind of get their 2 remaining members here to this A bomb site. So looking like another Fnatic round. But it was a full save from C9. So even for Alex here, picked up an AK to make the argument here of maybe just going for it, doing some damage, or maybe even trying to save the gun.
I think saving that AK makes sense. For like the AK over the M4 could be the edge that wins you around. But
yeah, I agree.
I mean, it may be that he wants to try and relieve some pressure by taking some money away from Fnatic, but that's, I think, more than one kill in that situation, which you're probably not getting. It's the only thing I can see there that makes sense.
Yeah, if you think that they're low on money as well, but obviously we know, I think that C9 should also know that there's no money reset to be made here, at least for the next round. Aggressive start here from C9. It's Messi and Alex making their way up in mid. Messi gets a kill, falls back. This is what I was expecting from Fnatic on their CT side, but didn't really see it all too often. A change in pace here from C9 though. Now all of a sudden it makes it a slow round at that. JW creeping his way up in mid, trying to clear everything as Jaquinho is coming from underpass. Typical Fnatic default, let's say here, taking bathroom control a little bit, taking their sweet time. And then because of the fact that they have control over connector, allows them as well to be very fast on the rotates here. They don't have to execute on B if they don't want to. Bomb's still down, and
yeah,
Golden's actually making his way in here. 40 seconds left. Here's when it gets called though. JW is going to go and grab that, and man, this is a bit of a Kerrigan tendency here from Golden. Walks into B by his lonesome, gets the kill on Seppa, makes it a 2-on-3. But look at this. This is so annoying if you're C9. Fnatic literally just taking fights everywhere.
And JW has a gamble that the B side is going to be clear because, yeah, he doesn't have time to go to the A site, so he's going to have to walk into B. And if Jackie,
what is Alex playing for here? Self-preservation?
It's really weird.
He has no idea where to look. He's planting. Oh, the brazen plant. The no respect plant. The scope is heard. Chiquinho can raise the alarm. Fnatic at full strength. Cloud9 don't know where to look. Mezzi's lucky. Maybe he sees the barrel of the gun here. I have no idea what this angle is like. Because when do you see this? But there we go. And with GS Nerd, after all, gets there eventually. There is not a kit for Mezzi or for Alex. JW has the angle. He also has a wine bottle. But he hears the smoke and he goes forward. That's going to reach. Oh my god, it is as well. The combo meal deal, the Hunger Buster. The flame-grilled match point from Fnatic. Not actually match point. One before that.
It's all right. You were excited
The rest
there,
was
James,
good. The rest was good.
Everything else was good. Yeah, nice round here from JW as well. 1-on-2 situation. Has the molly left as well. Doesn't have to use it, obviously. Mess with the smoke. Yeah, I feel like he was showing off at that point, throwing it, you know. But the time was running out as well, so it was a bit of a smart play. If JW goes down there, I'd argue that he doesn't even have time to defuse the bomb anymore anyway, so... he made it a bit of a safe round. Some utility, though, on C9. A scout on Messi. 3 smokes. Seppa was a bit aggressive on A long here, but they're going to fall back. I like this. You know, when we have rounds like this as well, especially on a map like Overpass, there's just so much control for T's to be gained. Better off trying to go for a stack killer, but he spots the shoe. Here's the tag. Just because he moved a little bit. He actually does hit him once, though, but will still fall. And Fnatic, because of that, they have connected control, or Chiquinho trying to get it. So making their way up towards A long creates a little bit more security, you know, than sure they can be in bathroom and all that. So, but they cannot be flanking us, at least from staircase. Would have to come from spawn. But that's still later. Brolin is also now making his way back towards A, but it's a tag here now, and here's where we see the A execute taking place. And C9 actually will have the time to potentially rotate back here now, so Fnatic will be fighting against 3 C9 players.
Oh boy, it hurts, it stings. There's no medicine from the doctor, just elimination. The threat of, as Fnatic move closer to match point. Zeppa hopes to be able to pick up a rifle. He'll ring a few bells, but not enough of them. Fnatic on the cusp of double the score of their opponent, and that would be the end of the game. Cloud9 will have a buy. They'll have a good buy. Alex on the AWP. But they need quite a lot of rounds on their CT side now. They have won 1 round in this half so far.
Really surprising.
Yeah.
Every time we've seen C9, it's been about their CT side being really dominant. I think it's the only time we've seen them struggle on it.
Yeah, you could argue it comes in the hands of poor economy in the beginning. Bomb was, or door was blown here as well, and Fnatic already has this B short presence. Leaving mid alone for now, and JW just spies Lonesome up there in mid, but we kind of see this tendency from Fnatic, which is why the rounds take a little bit longer too. You'd argue that it does create a few openings for CTs here as well, if they were going to be a little bit active and trying to go for some picks. We're not going to see that. As a note as well, we think about the time, and we also think where the bomb is dropped in T-spawn. And normally that's a task for JW if he doesn't go down to kind of run back and collect that. But I think it's looking very likely to be an A play instead, which is why we see Golden kind of be the one that rotates instead. 40 seconds now, though, so you'd argue, I was going to say, maybe they actually don't want to go with that play based on the little information that they have. And I love this from Messi. It's time to be a little bit more active on the map on C9. You don't have a lot of information, so you kind of have to go for something And Messi here just spotting absolutely no one except for Jaquinho. You should have the call here now of, listen guys, there's no one else here. Watch out for the B, and here comes the push.
Oh, that is beautiful from Zephyr. Absolutely clean 2 kills of support from Floppy. Timing is fantastic. Style points from the HE from Mezzi. And finally a second round for Cloud9. They only need 6 more in a row.
Zeppa's like a laser beam sometimes when he's just so fast. It looks like it's the high sentence, but yeah, laser.
Oh, nice.
That was satisfying to
there
watch,
well.
wasn't it? Satisfying to watch those kills come through, Monster.
So now